Okay, we are live. Yeah. Well, hello to everyone. My name is Taya, she, they, her pronouns. For the next few hours, we will be playing For the Honor by Quinn Vega, whose work can be found at mixquinn.itch.io on the Roll Plus Bond second anniversary stream. During the stream, we're raising money for the Native American Rights Fund, the oldest and largest nonprofit legal organization with a focus on asserting and defending the rights of Indian tribes, organizations, and individuals throughout America, with a focus on five key areas: preserve tribal existence, protect tribal natural resources, promote Native American human rights, hold governments accountable to Native Americans, and develop Indian law and educate the public about Indian rights, laws, and issues. You can find out more about the NARF or at narf.org or help us meet our fundraising goal, which I think we passed twice, so we've extended twice this weekend at tiltify.com/rollplusbond or donate.rollplusbond.com. Now, finally, on to the game. Today, I am joined by. Let's go by our uh, Discord order in the chat then, which is Cindy.
Oh, yeah, I'm Cindy. I use she, her, and her pronouns. You can find the video games that I've made and the tabletop RPGs that I at some point will make at cindy.fun. And um, see, yeah, that's it for me, I think. Also, oh yeah, let's shout out.
Okay. Oh, I'm Halcyon. He, they. You can find hot takes about the nature of alphabets on my Twitter at Halcyon, or you can find the games that I make at halcyon.itch.io.
Hi, I'm Mocha or Eric. By the way, Halcyon, that's the best way to use Twitter, I think, aside from not using Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at Ernst Mocker, which is ERNSTMOKKA, if you really want to. You can find the games that I'm making, mostly video games, one tabletop game at mocha.itch.io. You can also go there and buy for only today and maybe a slightly bit of tomorrow, depending when I remind myself to put it off sale, a very early version of my next commercial video game called GB Rover. It costs $20, but you get like 2 levels, and I get money that I can then use to pay other people to do cool stuff for me, which is basically something where everyone wins. Yeah, you can do that at my itch.io page. Maybe later today I think about posting a link in chat. Who knows? But yeah, that's it.
Okay, lovely. So, as I said, we're playing For the Honor, obviously a GM-less game, but I will be the facilitator for the moment. And the basis of the game is basically, well, it's just very blatantly, but I don't think, but in a good way, inspired by the cartoon Shira and the Princess of Power. So, a lot of magical adventures Saturday morning, although it's not on Saturday morning because it was a Netflix show. Fun, kind of, probably a lot of lesbians. There's usually a lot of lesbians, but for this
You can
specific
watch it on
game,
Saturday morning.
they don't watch it. Well, it's Sunday, but yeah, thank you, Lofty. We all agree, but yeah, but that's the main inspiration for this game. It's like a hack of Firebrands. If you've ever played Firebrands, like GMless games, lots of inter-character drama, fighting, chasing, but also dancing, etc. But like I said, the main everyone's just posting about lesbians now. But yeah, my main inspirations, I've decided at least. Obviously, there's that regular Shura stuff, but there's also kind of the '90s anime that very directly inspired it. There's, I'm thinking Sailor Moon. I'm also thinking Escaflowne, although that one probably wasn't an inspiration, but it's a good fucking show, so why not? And I do think it is time to start with our characters, no? But yeah, I think I will start with mine just sort of to give everyone kind of an idea of what's going on here. As you can see on the screen, this is Chairwoman Agnieszka of the United Communes of Pharaoh. In terms of the game, she would be a character represent a princess of a sovereign kingdom, although obviously she's not a princess. She was democratically elected in a very lengthy process. And her main three traits are, she's strict, she is blunt, but she is also empathetic. In terms of powers, I do believe there's just, I didn't think about powers too much, but I think they're just fire-based powers. She's a very fiery person, and I don't think it says like 2 abilities besides fire. I don't know, probably maybe stone in the sense that she is firm and yeah, firm, steadfast in her beliefs and representing her people. Yeah, lava girl. Basically, if you combine fire and stone, that's basically just lava. So yeah, who wants to introduce their character next?
I guess we'll continue in Discord
Discord
order.
order? Sure.
Yeah, I'll be playing Mira of the Bog, who is the image on stream you see is her in her human form, but usually she is in her swamp monster form. But I couldn't find a picture of that. I had a lot of issues finding pictures this weekend. But but yeah, she's a swamp monster, and can shapeshift into various forms, likes, I don't know, likes carrying to lists and stuff. So yeah, that's her vibe.
Cool. So I'm playing Celandine of Briarhedge Celadon. I am a tender. My abilities are plants and tactics. I'm kind, ancient, and skilled. And you could. Celandine isn't human, strictly speaking. She's more of a. They are more of a manifestation. The grow needs tending, so there's a tender.
Oh, I was too busy. Sorry. I am playing Fondentra, who is, I guess, a princess from the Legion. I am so sorry for the name. It's related to some stuff. Maybe. Well, let's talk about her for a moment. Use a she/her pronouns. Her traits are short fuse, determined, and striking. I wrote behind it mostly poses, but maybe also other things. Her abilities are baking and lightning. And her look, I tried to find a picture that at least captured like the kind of energy that I think she will bring. Her look is like kind of short-ish black hair, probably longer if I go by the picture. Probably wears a like red hairband or headband in some way. Has big heavy boots, a bright purple cargo pants or cargo shorts, black leather jacket with a purple lightning bolt on the back, and black gloves that are very fashionable and also function as oven mitts. Just for the name. So I haven't really watched the new She-Ra cartoons. The only kind of reference I have are like very vague recollections of the 80s version of it, and also like the 80s version of the He-Man cartoons. And yesterday I went on name research, like how did they name characters back then, and especially villains. And I found out that, well, the naming conventions of these cartoons were incredibly on the nose. It's basically, okay, you take the thing, like one core trait of the character, and like add like a suffix to it, and that's it. And then I thought about, okay, what's the most evil thing in baking? And I like came down to like basically 2 or 3 things, and then I did a Twitter poll between deciding either raisins or fondant, because those are the 2 most evil things in baking. And yeah,
I mean,
kind of the results were 50-50 if I counted up all the votes. Where did the poll? And then I decided on fondant because Fondentra sounds a bit better than Raisinra. So that's it.
Yeah, I
think
mean, even though the
fondant
game
is way more
itself,
evil than raisins, but yeah.
like I said, even the excuse me, even the game recommends like naming yourself after abilities and adding a
Mhm.
adding a suffix.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
I would like to.
there's literally a character called Castaspella. Like,
Yeah, I saw
don't
that
have-
yesterday and I just like almost fell out of my chair.
yeah, listen, their job, you gotta sell toys to girls.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's
Anything
also-
besides that, irrelevant.
There's also a He-Man villain called Too Bad, like the number 2 and then bad, and they have 2 heads.
Ah,
Classic.
yes, I remember that.
God.
God.
While we're on the topic of names, I would like to
Mhm.
express my dissatisfaction with Ili Hyphaball in chat, because I had thought of calling this character Yarrow already on Thursday, and then you go and play a character named Yarrow yesterday.
Wow.
I had to find my
Thanks
next
for that.
favorite.
Okay,
flower
okay,
of the
stream
field.
beef.
Yes, this is stream beef. I had to go and
Okay.
find
Thank
my
you,
second
Halcyon, for
favorite,
not letting me play 2 games with a character with the same name, though.
Jesus Christ.
That would have been very confusing.
Stream beef
Anyways,
aside, I like this flower as well.
anyways, where were we? Oh, yes. Well, okay, so we've done, kind of created our characters, introducing to each other, and the current game. Yeah, once you have done that, whoever has watched a cartoon most recently will begin with a game of Discover Something New. Who has watched a cartoon most recently? I watched Pat Labor a few days ago. The OVA, early days.
Summer.
Summer?
Like last summer.
Okay, I
April.
figured.
Yeah.
I needed to
Mhm.
check.
Does anime count?
Absolutely, I mentioned Pat Labor. That's an anime.
Yeah. Okay, didn't know that. I watched what was it? I remember blanking on the game. Laid Back Camp last Friday, so you're still winning.
Okay.
Good anime, by the way.
I watched the Homestar Runner cartoon like 10 days ago. That counts.
A homestar. Okay, I think then it is my turn. So yeah, discover something new. So the setup is play this at the start of the session, play by yourself. So basically, here are the rules for this one. Choose an option from any section and read it aloud to the players, then answer its questions. Other players should also feel free to offer answers. These will introduce items, events, and actions that will give your story a starting direction and a driving conflict. By choosing an option, you're saying that it should be the beacon that each of your characters are working towards. Everyone should feel free to claim the person, kingdom, or object is or is connected to their character. You could be the soldier leaving their old life behind, or maybe the keeper of an ancient sword, or the princess behind the magic gate. It's all up to you. So I will go to the options. I'll think about them and then do them. Yes. Oh, I know how to start this one. Very easy. Yeah, a kingdom has sent word that there will be a grand ball, and every princess is expected to attend. What is the theme of the dance?
Mhm.
A theme of the dance. I think I've got an idea for this. If I don't know if it's too generic, but I think kind of like how does everyone think about unity as the theme of this first princess dance?
Sounds very
Why are we
political.
Oh, definitely. Balls are always political.
Why are we basing a dance on a game engine? I don't get it.
Well,
Sorry.
because otherwise we're all going to clip through the floor.
Can I offer a modifier?
Absolutely.
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk unity. No, we're not doing that. I'm sorry. But yeah, I think this is obviously you can all chip in with ideas, but I think this is kind of like a political move by, well, we don't have any character from the rebellion, but let's say that this is kind of like their idea to, present a united front through this fancy ball for all the finest princesses in the land.
I don't know if I classify as Spanish princess, but sure.
Well, listen, we're all weirdos. We're weird. Have you seen me without this hat on? Oh, that's weird. I don't know why I referenced Riverdale. I'm so sorry to the audience. But yeah. Okay, so I think that's kind of the basic setup. And how does everyone react to this idea of the Sorry, I'm reading the chat. How does Okay, I will not do any more references, but how does everyone react to this ball and this invitation that I presume has gone out throughout the land, and probably some people will show up who haven't even been invited, but you know how it is. That always happens.
I'm gonna say that I will be there, and the reason is very simple. We at Briarhedge did not get the invitation, but also the kingdom that is organizing this ball claims to own the territory that we live in. So
Ooh. Okay.
it's like the neighbor who thinks they own your house is throwing a party. Somebody should show up.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So I'm gonna go on
Fond
10.
Dantra and Nero. Okay.
I think for me, it's just like I don't think like Nira is really acknowledged as a princess, or like I don't even think a lot of people know that she exists really.
Mhm.
But I think at some point there is like a courier, like probably a soldier or something coming through her swamp with like an invitation to someone, and I think she managed to scare like the courier away, and like he probably drops the letter or something, and she's like, "Hey, what's this?" Um, and it's like, sure, I'll go to a fancy party and scare people. That sounds fun.
God, fuck yeah. Scare all the fucking rich assholes.
I think Fondentra, I don't know if she got invited, but she's definitely there and like mostly being at the buffet and like being very judgmental of like every food item that has been displayed there. Because it's just like, you call yourself a kingdom and that's what you serve your people? Okay. Yeah, sure. Like being very loud
Disgusting.
about it. Like this kind of like very loud, oh, there's someone who will be like, you will be put in a social situation where they can actually where they can't actually like give you like any kind of say that you're wrong or whatever, or that you're rude, but you're not actually talking to them but talking to someone else, but are so loud that you're like complaining about something. Like have you I wouldn't touch these quiches over there. Like there's like it like someone like it's just way too dry, and like yeah, the pie crust, not like someone really needs to check how to do layering, like it's and all that kind of stuff. And probably also like once this like was done and like started to get boring, just leaves.
God. Okay. Yeah. So I think for now the order should be, I think Discord order top to down, which I do believe means Cindy is next, if that sounds good with you.
Okay.
It also means
Sure.
clockwise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're at a dance. God, it's the dance floor in this one. Taking the dance floor. Would Nero dance though? That's the real question.
Ooh. I mean, what is her stance towards dancing?
I think. I think she doesn't really mind it that much. Like she's not like. She doesn't hate it or anything, but I don't think she like does it a lot herself. So I think she's also not that experienced. Also, since like this is only one of her forms, so it's like she's kind of awkward in moving and stuff. Um,
Yeah, who's
Yeah.
your chosen partner then if you're taking the dance floor?
hmm. Um, Probably Tender. I think that's probably the only person here that already knows Nira. Like,
Hmm.
because they're both like more in the wilds and like outside of the society that's present here.
Like finds like.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. It was like, you start with what's familiar, and you scope out the situation, and move on if needed.
Okay.
Um, what do I notice about you?
Hmm. I think you notice that I'm somewhat. Um, hmm. I think Nira has like a tough exterior, but I think you notice that she's kind of like a bit less fresh than usual. Probably like because she's like in an environment that she's not used to. And yeah, still figuring stuff out. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I guess what do I notice about you?
I think you notice that while I seem to be sort of performing the dance properly, know the moves, I carry them on well. My attention is all over the place, like eyes darting side to side, just taking in everything. Maybe a little concerned.
Hmm. Okay.
Does anyone else want to join?
Hmm. I'm trying to think because I think, yeah, like I said, my character would be there. But I don't think she would like it. I think she would like stand in the corner, like tut-tutting everyone for enjoying this sort of nonsense. So like
Okay.
she's there, she's just not participating. She's just eating like from trays or something.
So same as Fondantra?
Yeah, but for different reasons, I presume. Because Fandantra is like part of the evil invading legion, and I'm standing up for my people who don't like this princess nonsense.
Okay. Um, who's the worst dancer?
I think Nira's pretty bad at dancing.
Hmm. Yeah, I already set up Celandine as at least doing the dance well, if not having their heart in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First question. Um, um, hmm. I guess I'm just gonna go with the obvious one and say I trip over my own feet. Do you watch me stumble or do you catch me?
Um, I catch you, but there's a bit of hesitation. There's a the shrewd onlooker might notice a moment of calculation. He's like, no, better not to draw extra attention. Catch. Hmm. Something about me catches your eye and your look lingers. What is it?
Hmm. I think I noticed how like well you are. How to say this? Like how well you're fitting in here in a way, I guess. Like, and I just like think about like, this is like something you have trained for. Why are you? Yeah, I guess just mostly just like wondering like, I guess like why are you so prepared for this? I guess. I just wanted to scare people, and then now I'm like self-conscious and like
No.
you seem to know what you're doing.
Yeah. Maybe I take my espionage very seriously.
Yeah. Uh, hmm. My favorite song starts playing, and in my excitement, I break into a solo dance. Which of my moves do you find most impressive?
um. Hmm. So there's So there's a move that people do, which is like the wave.
Mhm.
Most people are limited by the fact that they have, bones and joints and whatever.
Oh yeah.
But
What?
as a bog monster,
Mhm.
you're just like, what, this is not wavy enough. Transform your arms into gooey tentacles and just like full wave. And that is impressive. Hmm. Your mouth is close to my ear. What do you say?
What do you? So did my mic pick that up or?
We lost you for a moment.
Oh, I think she's just like, what are you doing here?
Um, Paying attention.
To what exactly?
We don't get along with our neighbor. Um, they're trying to gather force. There might be repercussions for us.
Hmm. You think they'll try to take more of your town?
I mean, it might not be their goal, but if it's on the way, yeah, I'd rather be prepared.
Yeah. Hmm. Guess at that point, everyone has taken 2 steps, so the dance ends.
Cool. Mm,
Fun. Fun for everyone. Halcyon, your turn to pick a game.
it is. Um, I would like to play Mincing Words,
Okay.
and I, phew, whom? It's got to be either Fondantra or Agnieszka, but
Yes.
I think it's gonna be Agnieszka.
Oh, fun. Can I just read the setup?
Sure.
Everything? Okay, yeah, so only you and your chosen partner play. Decide together how you came to be sharing a tense conversation. Next, decide yourself what, if any, feelings or ideas your characters might be holding in secret. Then ask each other, what do I notice about you? During the conversation, anyone may ask for details about the location and circumstances. So, yeah, how did we come together to have a chat and mince words?
I think it's after the previous dance sequence.
Mhm.
You know, I end up in your corner, and sort of gliding from conversation to conversation, and you're engaged in talking about sort of the something about the sovereignty,
Oh, definitely.
like who gets to decide, you know,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fate of land. And like I think this is one of those situations where we probably agree on the broadest terms,
Mm-hmm.
but like this is getting into the nitty gritty where like hold up.
Uh-huh.
How long have you been living on the land that you claim to be your ancestral home? That kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Um, and yeah,
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
let's see. I'm gonna decide what, if any, feelings or ideas your character might be holding in secret.
Yeah.
I'll need a
Hmm.
moment.
Of course. I think for the most part, at least in terms of ideas, I think Aneshka is very much forthright, not a lot to hide. Kind of, if she thinks it, she says it. Or
Hmm.
in terms of feelings, I don't know, probably skeptical so far. Like, okay, you want like a united front or something? I'll think about it. I'm thinking about it. Who are you? Where do you come from? What is your deal? There's kind of a lot of questions brewing in her head, I think.
Hmm.
Well, she's like eating pigs in a blanket or something. Just listen,
Yeah,
listen. It's a stupid event, but there's food. Food is always
mhm,
good.
yeah. I think I have opinions on creatures that are much more short-lived than myself.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
both flattering and unflattering, but yeah.
yeah.
a- As an outsider looking in on you, on y'all,
Mhm.
and yeah. So I think like there's I'm trying to not show my hand, so definitely
Mm,
more stuff to hide.
interesting. Okay.
Um, what do I notice about you?
Genius. Like I said, Aneshka's she's very composed, but also like like arms crossed, huffing like, oh, might as well get this over with. Hopefully, the party will end soon, and then I can go home and like take care of actual business and none of this fancy schmancy dress stuff. I think, yeah, I think base. I don't think she even showed up with like a fancy outfit or anything. I think she's just wearing her regular clothes that are like kind of formal, but not like dress formal.
Mhm. Casual Friday.
Uh, Casual Friday, yeah. And
Um,
you?
yeah. Um, have you met any of my kind?
I don't think so.
Okay, then I think there's the very obvious things like uh stone-like color of skin and
Mhm.
black eyes, which you know. But the thing that is sort of wait, wait, hold up, is
Mhm.
you notice that there's a not a lot of involuntary face muscles doing things. Like, I smile and the smile is genuine, but it doesn't waver, it doesn't tremble, like, when you strain a muscle. It's just these
Yeah.
tiny micro movements. And like I look kind of like going from a painting to a painting to a painting, not like a living person standing in front of me.
Huh.
And that's ooh, uh you know
Interesting.
you notice somebody who is either very adept to putting on a mask or just naturally inclined to do that.
Yeah, interesting. So, conducting the conversation, like you said, the character with the most to hide begins. So we kind of figured that one out. So we don't have to throw
Mhm.
a coin. We have to
Mhm.
open the conversation, speak in character, then ask a leading question. Use improvised conversation to bridge the gaps between leading questions. Most of the questions have blanks for you to fill in with your character's words. Take turns asking leading questions back and forth. At any time, either of you can choose to ask one of the closing questions instead. Play, think about the ways your abilities might color the actions you take during the conversation. So yeah, kind of asking questions
Mhm.
until I think we reach like a natural conclusion, and then we go for a closing question.
Mm.
So yeah, speak a character, then ask a
Yeah.
leading question.
Yeah. Mm. I appeal to you with earnest compassion, saying, "All right, no, I fully agree that outside forces deciding to dictate how life is going to go is unconscionable. But in your own domains, um, do you consider, for example, the rights and needs of a forest, of the myriad of creatures living there? Um, do you uh, consider the perspectives of those who aren't exactly like you in your sovereignty? Does it get to you, or does it steal you?"
Hmm. Let me think. I think kind of does it seem? I think it gets through to me because I think Aneshka, like I said, I think she does care about these things. She's like, well, of course I take perspectives that aren't my own into account. Like, have you seen the world we living in? If you don't take account of that, you'll fall quickly. You'll. I mean, please don't take me to be a tyrant. I would hope I don't come across as one. But sometimes I do think we tend to overlook the needs of those less fortunate than us, different than us. But if it will help ease your conscience or my conscience, I'll I'll think about it. I'll try to reason with the other members of the Politburo. We'll see. We'll we'll have a discussion about it, and trust me, I will get results. I will. I'm not a person of empty words. I hope that much is clear.
I appreciate your words, and just there's a shift in tone. Well, I hope they do turn into actions.
When we're involved, words tend to become actions. Thankfully, but yes. What you don't seem like most of the others around here. What is exactly the deal with that?
Well, um, you might say I was in the neighborhood, and this was relevant to the people I represent. So I got to here to you know represent those interests.
Uh-huh. Interesting. Okay, but ooh, okay, I think this one is interesting. Yeah. You bring up something that I really hoped you wouldn't, and you can see it on my face. Do you take pleasure in my discomfort? What do you think you like bring up that makes me uncomfortable?
I think along the conversation, like I put together, oh, you're there. That means this. That means this. I'm like, it was it was a pharaoh that sponsored that disastrous damming of uh, Bramblebrook Ochre, right?
Oof.
I had friends there who suffered in the ensuing floods.
Yeah, I think gritted teeth, sucking in air. But do you take pleasure in my discomfort? Is the key question.
Uh, I think there's like a long 3 seconds
Mm,
of me looking stern and judging, and
yeah.
then drop to a milder expression and like, but that's all water under the bridge, as you say.
Well, I do suppose so.
how long have you been what was your title?
Chairwoman.
Chairwoman. How long have you been the chairwoman?
About 3 years at this point.
Ah, of course. Well, you inherit your not since doesn't sound like the right word. You inherit the misdeeds of your forebears. That's understandable. I don't hold it against you personally.
Well, I appreciate that. Yes, you know, new society, lot to work on. Mistakes are, well, regrettable, but I hope to fix them. And if I can't, well, you know, let's let's hope that it doesn't come to that possibility.
Um, I reveal my true feelings to you, saying, "Oh yes, of course, you're kind. You don't often get the opportunity to fix your mistakes, brief as your time is. And there's like a you hear you observe like a mix of uh that's so sad that you that you are short lived,
Yeah.
and also a bit of like uh contempt for the sort of make a mess and then leave.
God.
Do you meet my true feelings with compassion or confusion?
I think in this instance it is definitely confusion because like um okay, what are you trying to say here? Are you like insulting me? Are you taking pity on me? Are you what? I think that is clear on her face, just kind of like she does try to hide it a bit, but it's also like, not sure about that one, boss.
Hmm.
Yeah, just kind of like, but yeah, I think, oh yeah, I know exactly how this is going to end. We are interrupted before we can reach a satisfying conclusion. Do you try to get one last word in, or do you leave it for now?
um I think I do, but like yeah, I think there's much more for us to discuss. Until next time.
And then we're interrupted by like some fucking princess doing some bullshit,
Yeah.
getting drunk off the punch. I don't know. But yeah, Mocha, your turn.
Okay, I would like to play Venture Forth. Though, like something that we may have to establish is in the like setup for the factions. There's like something being said with the kingdoms that they have like a gemstone that gives you your power.
Yeah.
What I've been thinking about is that Fondentra is like actually at this ball, and which is like also the reason why she left early, is because she wants to figure out what exactly it is that gives you your power and like you know what to do about maybe because they like the Legion wants you to join us and like for example you're in a slightly weaker position or we know what like gives you your power, whatever, we might be, doing a spy thing. I have like, I could find explanations for each one of you to like accompany me. With Agnieszka, it would be like funny in the way of, oh yeah, let me show you, like in some way. And maybe
Yeah.
it's like because a lot of the questions are like kind of like strange. Maybe it's in some weird dungeon or whatever. So it's like, I don't know, which is why it's still dangerous, even though you kind of own the place. But I can also like make arguments for like the people from the wilds, so also maybe want to check this place out. So
Yeah. Like I said, that's chosen partners. You can have multiple ones.
yeah. Oh, is it like? I mean, this would be almost like a tour then, right? If like everyone.
Yeah.
Just like-
Could be a tour.
oh yeah, let me show you our magical do that. It's
It's beautiful. It's quite the tourist attraction.
Sure, you have to like overcome these various challenges and like see memories of your past, but so yeah, anyone wants to play? I don't have like a preference right now.
Hmm.
I would prefer to pass.
I'm fine with playing, but yeah, I could play, but
I could play as well. We could have like 3 people. I think that's fine.
Mhm.
Is it just that we like kind of is it either Agnieszka like showing Naira this and running into Fondentra? Or like what is like how do we like 3 end up like in this
Mhm.
situation?
If
I
I had to
completely-
think, mm, hmm. I mean, how would Fontantra like reveal herself? Is the key question here.
I think by being clumsy.
Okay.
Like if you are to walk around like she's not very good. I don't think she's very good at being like secretive and also
Mhm.
like way too impatient for it.
Yeah.
Like take for example like you're standing in front of a doorway and talking too long and she's like, yeah, come on, go in. Like,
God. Yeah. Okay.
and just like saying, would you just please move on?
God. Hmm. I think in that instance, I think Agnieszka would be way too amused not to take her on a trip.
Yeah.
Just kind of like, what is this person's deal?
It's not that hard. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And
Okay, venture
Nira,
for. Sorry.
Yeah. And like, does Cindy? Do you want to join or no?
Yeah, I'm good with joining.
Okay.
Fun.
Road trip. Where? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like I said. Decide with your chosen partners where you are traveling and how you came to be traveling together. Then ask each other, "What do I notice about you?" During the journey, anyone may ask for details about the locations, landscape, and circumstances. So, where are we traveling? Are we traveling to my place or Mira's place or what?
Yeah, I think like again like since it has something to do with the kingdom, I think you have like a degree of authorship here, like how it's
Yeah.
situated. But like considering the questions that are being asked, I think we can like finagle some of the ones that are like very much about like, oh, it takes weeks to go somewhere.
Yeah.
But maybe it has something to do with, okay, it's like as it is very often is with these magical things that are like in weird places, there are like security systems around that make this place weird and it's magic and all that. So
Yeah.
even
I
though you
think-
know this place, it's probably not safe to go in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Roads, they're always filled with bandits and such stuff. Yeah. I think maybe, yeah, we're going on tour, probably to Neshka's place, probably. I don't know. Nira is Nira just like curious and is like, oh, I want to go there too, or what?
Yeah. I think it probably was just like Nero was at the party feeling uncomfortable, and then like probably one of you asked like, "Do you want to come along?" And Nero's just like, "Yeah."
Okay. Okay, yeah. So, conducting the journey. To start the journey, the one who is least familiar with the land through which you travel asks a question of another player. Take turns asking questions. If a question fits the general action you want to take but doesn't fit the context of your journey, please reframe it to fit your story. While you play, think about the ways your abilities might color the actions you take during the journey. And then for ending the journey, it says go around the group at least once, but you can go up to 3 times if you wish. At any point after the first round, anyone may choose to ask a closing question. Doing so ends the journey. It seems like Fondantra is probably the least familiar with the land.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
We also have to like, what do I notice about you?
Oh yeah, what do
okay.
yeah, oof, we forgot about that, but
Yeah.
yes. What do we notice about Fontantra?
She wants to be somewhere else. Like not this planet. Basically.
I feel like that sometimes.
Yeah, what do I notice about Agnieszka?
Very, very, very bored and eager to get out.
Naira.
Just kind of like, Mom, I want to go home. But obviously not saying that.
And what do I notice
Nira?
about Naira?
Yeah, I think as I already said, like kind of uncomfortable at this party, like, and being like, just sort of wants to be somewhere else at this moment.
Yeah.
Cool. 3 people that don't want to be here.
That's exactly why we're leaving.
Yeah.
Okay. What's a good way to start? That's not definitely not that one. Okay.
Yeah.
This might be a good one, especially
Yeah.
to start. I get a look at my eye that can only mean one thing. It is time for a race. Do you accept my challenge? If so, what trouble have we run headlong into? And I think it's something. Maybe there's. What's a good way? Like where exactly are we going? Like where is your place situated? How far away from this
Oh.
place is it? Like just as a
I know
way,
how
like-
to frame this so that it could be an exciting scene. I think the roads. I think it is somewhere along the mountains, and mostly I'm saying that because I'm thinking of the car scene. Oh, one of the chase scene near the beginning of Castle of Cagliostro, where they're all, where they're like, like next to the mountain, and then they fall off and stuff, and it's very treacherous in that sense. If you've ever ever been like, on a road that's like next to a mountain, and it's always just winding down, and you feel like you could fall off at many moments.
Do we have to get down the mountain?
I think we have to get up the mountain.
Okay, so it's like more or less like quickly climbing up in some way, like maybe
Yeah.
finding shortcuts and like, yeah, Fondento is like we are like walking along the path, and at some point she's like wondering, okay, let's it's maybe something similar to like sometimes when like endurance runners are like running in a group, and like one of them is like, I want to see how like good the others are.
Yeah.
And it's like
God.
pushing the tempo, and it's like something like that, but like suddenly like taking shortcuts and like jumping up
Yeah.
like almost
doing Skyrim moves.
yeah, that kind of stuff. And like we could also probably do some like magical bullshit here as well. I don't know how
Yeah,
lightning helps here, but maybe, I don't know, maybe as a double jump or whatever.
Lightning double jumps.
Yeah, like
don't know.
climbing up a lightning bolt, something like that.
I prefer to think that you use your baking powers for double jump.
God, my brain is broken because my first association is the Wayne Radio TV joke that's like poop jump. Which is, I don't know how they started that, but it's stuck in my head.
Yeah, sometimes.
I don't think Agnieszka uses the poop jump technique.
I mean, you have earth powers, right?
I do have earth powers.
So
I'm
you
probably
just-
like clearing secret passageways or something like that. But yeah, I definitely do accept this challenge. Grudgingly, but I do accept it. What trouble
Naira?
have we run headlong into?
I think Naira at first has like a lot of trouble keeping up, and then at some point she's just like, whatever. And then I think she starts to anamorph into the swamp
God.
monster.
It's just, Jesus Christ.
Like overtaking both of us. Like,
Yeah.
Owning us.
Yeah, I think the swamp monster mode of her is like, or one of them. I think she has multiples, but I think it's she probably goes down on like basically like goes down on 4 legs, and I think she's sort of a crocodile-esque like monster, but instead of like the very like short arms, she has like a lot longer, like more like a dog or a tiger, like that length of arms, like I think she just like starts to like run across the path just like super quick, and like it's probably very terrifying if you've never seen this before, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what challenge do we run into, or like what dangerous situation? I think like one obvious thing would probably, because we're like doing so much like stuff to the mountain, that we maybe like cause a landslide or whatever.
That was literally what I was thinking of as well.
Yeah. Or like maybe also like there's some like suddenly it turns out like we were like jumping up actually a stone creature that is not very happy about. I mean, maybe it's like beneath the landslide. Who knows?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I've got a question, which is, hold on. Ooh, okay. This one is fun. Something here gives me the creeps, and I start at the smallest noise. What ghost story do you tell me in response?
Is there like a specific thing that gives you the creeps, or like?
I'm thinking probably some spooky noises that usually aren't here anymore, or at least it's like, oh, that shouldn't happen here. Why is it happening here? I know this place. I know my place. Why is this happening? Kind of that whole thing.
Not related to like the swamp monster or anything. That's like...
Yeah, no, we dealt with the swamp monster. This is just different spooky shit.
Yeah. I think this reminds me of like, I think this is like the ghost story of like some like rich asshole who like decided to like build a like large mansion in the middle of the wilds. And I think like that went well for a while, but then at some point I think the creatures of like the wilds decided to like invade this like mansion. And then turn it back into their home. And I think, there's just like this large abandoned mansion in the wild somewhere. And I think that the story goes that like his like ghost still wanders like the wild sometimes.
Jeez. Well, okay. That definitely makes her feel something. I think she probably has more sympathy with the creatures of the wilds that took over the mansion than anything.
Yeah.
Cindy, your turn, I think, to ask a question.
I'm just looking at the questions right now. So there are a lot of them. I think the path is torn and treacherous here. What made it this way? So this is probably like as we're going up the mountain, just like very like narrow paths and stuff, like near the cliff and stuff like that.
Since
Like
we
you said,
mentioned Skyrim, how about Morrowind Cliff Racers?
oh god, we got 5,000 cliff racers chasing us.
I don't even know how they look like, but like some kind of strange flying creature that are just like, they aren't even like, it's just, there's no point between their attacks. They just like want to like annoy people.
Yeah. I'm gonna post something in the chat which you reminded me of. This is what I was thinking of.
Or yeah, maybe it's something like maybe this is the noise you heard.
Yeah.
God.
Like it's
It was
like what is it? And then the ghost story and
It's
and I
actually
think-
just 5,000 cliff racers.
yeah, while the story is going on, like Fondetta is like looking into the dark. I assume it's like towards night or whatever.
It is dark as hell.
And it's like you should better finish your story quickly because we
Yeah.
got to run.
Yeah, this is
And then
being
this-
treacherous.
And then this whirlwind of of like cliff racers comes like flying up the mountain. Maybe this is what our race like kicked up. Like
Uh-huh.
we didn't pay attention. We just like stomped through like a whole nest of them.
We pissed these guys off.
Oh yeah.
God. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Woof.
so the race continues, I guess.
Yeah.
So, what was the like question? Treacherous? Did you pick
Yeah.
treacherous paths?
Yeah, the path is storm and treacherous. here,
Okay.
that's-
Okay. Yeah, I think like let's take the next one then. We encounter a formidable threat that moves to block our path. What is it and what does it want? The tornado of cliff racers overtakes us, and like we're like in a narrow pathway where there's like two large cliffs, like very like vertical cliffs to the left and right of us, and it just like it kind of forms a creature.
Oh,
You know how like
Yeah.
a school of fish kind of moves in like synchronicity that it like
Yeah.
appears like it's one large entity, kind of like that.
yeah,
It
yeah.
blocks our path.
Jesus. Yeah, what does it maybe it wants to... That's the problem. I'm trying to think of what it wants and what would this mass of things want? Would it just want food? Maybe it wants food.
What if it just wants like a good fight? Like
If it wants a good fight, I can give it to it.
Maybe you want shiny things.
Yeah, maybe like I think for that it's like, what do you want? Like it's like a standing,
Just ask the
like,
thing.
standing in front of like go out of the way and like maybe she just like shoots like a lightning bolt at it and like then the fight starts because like I don't have time for this out of the way.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, like, imagining it using just stone powers to like. Oh, maybe it should be like very anticlimactic. She just like shoves them away, like whoosh, with a motion of the hand, whoosh, and like a part of the mountain just kind of extends and whooshes them away. And then she like what is it, like brushes her hand, kind of like anyways, we were going somewhere. Just kind of like that, you know? Just like, I can't handle this shit anymore.
I think like Fondetta says to you like, this is all your fault. You did your whole like stone thing down there. Pretty sure you annoyed them.
Shut up. Oh, okay, yeah. I know what to do. We are set upon by ambushers. Who are they and what do they want? I've got some ideas for this, but first you chip in, please, because
So we don't have any like people of the revolution in our party, but or in our group. But like maybe it's
No.
like people of the revolution or something who like want to like I don't know.
the rebellion. You mean? I think
The rebellion, yes, sorry.
Yeah, they're more a rebellion than a revolution because the revolution kind of changes the status quo, the social structures. I don't think the princesses of the She-Ra show actually changed the status quo meaningfully in that sense. No offense to Noelle Stevenson and the gang. But yeah. Like I said, I'm fucking chairwoman of the United Communes. I know fucking revolution when I see one.
I think if it's the rebellion, it's probably because they want to like capture Fondendra.
Yeah,
Or whatever.
definitely.
Because like, who else do they want to attack
Yeah.
in this group?
Yeah, totally.
It's
like,
they
what is
probably
yours?
followed her along in some way.
Yeah.
Uh,
We got just set up by spies.
Man, closing question is basically the last one, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so how does this end? Like, is it just like, yeah, sure, like take her?
I mean, we don't have any. I don't have much funds towards Fondandra. I mean, in character,
Yeah.
obviously. Just kind of
Mira
like this
neither. Like,
Like-
Mira's like, oh, why would the rebellion want her? Like, I think Mira's not really aware of these matters that much. It's just like,
Yeah.
okay, sure, go
Yeah.
ahead, I guess.
Aneshka is aware, but she sees it kind of like as a conflict between two forces that she doesn't care about. It's like, what does the rebellion offer me and our people? Absolutely nothing. And what does the Legion offer me? Also nothing. It's kind of like, you both kind of suck. Please stay away from me.
Okay, cool. I guess I get captured then.
It seems like it. I'm sorry, but that is. Yeah.
No, that's cool.
That is.
It's probably like something like again like this strange like negotiation, and then
Yeah.
Fondendra moves in to like attack, and you just don't help.
Yeah. Like the
And, like-
Shinra equivalent just kicks your ass.
Yeah, like you just don't help, and like she loses. It's
Oh,
like,
hold
okay.
on. Idea. Is the Shira equivalent also cuisine themed?
I have
But,
no
like,
idea.
not baking, like barbecue or something. I just think that would be very funny.
Like in what way? Like I don't know what you mean by that.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
No, like the problem is again, like I don't know modern day Shira, so I don't know what you mean.
Oh no, I'm just like your counterpart, like the imaginary
Oh,
protagonist. That's what I mean.
you mean that? No, I
Yeah,
don't
like-
think so. I don't think
Okay.
so. Like I think the baking part is more like something like if this is a cartoon thing,
Yeah.
more like the comic relief part, where
Okay,
like
yeah, that's
in
fair,
the
that's
in
fair.
the everyday thing, like she's like very much into baking and would like to do it way more, and like most of the scenes
Mhm.
like in the Evil Lair is her like in like baking something, then the minions coming in and messing it up, and she's
Yeah.
throwing bowls after them.
Yeah.
I think it's more along that way.
Yeah, I think that is the cliffhanger, her getting captured, because we've
Yeah.
been playing for an hour, and I think
Yeah.
we need a short break because we've
Oh
had one,
yeah,
like 5 minutes.
yeah, sounds
Like,
good.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we will see you very shortly. We need to stretch and drink water and whatnot.
Mhm.
So. We are live, it seems, and we are back. So yeah, welcome back to our game of For the Honor by Quinn Vega on this Roll Plus One second anniversary stream. We're still raising money for the Native American Rights Fund. You can find out more about the mission at narf.org, or you can help us reach, and you can help us reach, not or, fundraising goal at tiltify.org/rollplusbond or donate.rollplusbond.com. Before we took the break, I do believe we met up at the party. We had a dance. We one of our characters, Fandantra, got captured by the rebellion while on the way to a pharaoh. She was captured by the rebellion, currently in prison, I guess. But before we come back to the game, there has been a donation. So this is by Wheelie for $50, and they say, wanted to give a big thank you to everyone for all the games this past year. Joining the server and getting to know everyone has been an incredible light in these times, and I'm incredibly proud to know everyone putting on this fantastic event this weekend. And thank you. I think we can all agree with that sentiment. Like I said, thank you for the $50. That is very generous. Hopefully we'll reach 2,000 by the end of the day. Here's hoping. But I do believe it is time to get back to the game. And what I think will happen now, I think we'll go for talking it over, which set up ask your chosen partner how you two came to be speaking together, then ask each other, what do I notice about you? Other players can join freely if it makes sense for their characters to also be present. So during the conversation, anyone may ask for details about the setting, occasion, and circumstances. And what I think is going on here is, how does it sound like if I visit Fandantra in her prison?
That sounds amazing.
Could do
Yeah.
that.
We can do that. Would anyone else be in this area, in the vicinity even? Yeah.
I mean, considering that the rebels have prisons,
I think they have to take people somewhere.
yeah,
presumably.
sure. Yeah, doesn't sound very progressive to me, but what do I know?
Mhm.
What I'm saying is they're probably in like some city or whatever and not out in the wilds.
So much for the tolerant left.
Yeah.
Oh god, so much for this. Listen, I am the tolerant left. I am the Senate. Yeah. Yeah, that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, in terms of conducting the conversation, take turns. The character with the firmest position begins, or have another player choose who takes the first turn on a whim. On your turn, choose one or more of your conversational partners and choose an action. Ask a topical question, engage in improvised conversation, pass instead of commenting on something around you, leave the conversation. End the conversation either when everyone has passed in a row, when it feels like a good place to cut away, or when everyone has left the conversation but one. It sounds like I've got the firmest position, but I don't know if everyone agrees.
We still need to do the setup.
Oh yeah, the setup. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, no problems.
Yeah, I think we know how we came to be speaking together, but what do I notice about you though?
I just this is just so annoying.
Mm.
I think we're this is some dinky cell somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not very comfortable. There's a plate with 4 slices of stale bread on it. It's been 4 days and I'm not touching this.
Yeah, is
because
it
it's
cartoon bars?
Yeah, because the bread is vile. I'm not touching this. This is whoever did this did so much wrong. The dough is totally underproofed and anyway, it's I'm so done with this place.
Hate it when my dough is underproofed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, what do I notice about you? Also, why did you come here?
I think she's curious. Kind of like, what is this person's deal? Why were they following us? Like, why did I go with them to my place? Huh? I guess it's the prison baker. But yeah, just I think I think she does want to know more about this mysterious Legion princess who is also kind of like kind of not all that evil, many things considered, just kind of weirdly pathetic in some ways. It's kind of like, okay, yeah, like I said, what is this? What is this girl's deal?
Character with the firmest position. I mean, on what issue? Like,
Yeah,
but I think you have the firmest position, like in general in life. So.
yeah, I think it's here now. Okay, yeah, I know exactly how to start. I'm feeling generous. What favor do you ask me for?
Um, could you get me something better to eat? This isn't good.
Mm-hmm. Uh, well, yes, sure. Anything in mind?
I don't know, some soup maybe.
Soup? I can get you some soup pretty quick.
You know, I'm not like I just don't eat baked goods. I just, you know,
You
that
don't?
is- No, like I know, shocking revelation, and I think she like stands up from a like bunk, like which is
Mhm.
basically just like a board that hangs on like a bunch of strings off the wall.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like walks around, like lifts her arm. Yeah, I know, shocking revelation, right? And then looks out of the window.
Sorry, I'll get you this. I'll get you the soup.
Hey, you asked for a favor. What is it? What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about what question would be good. Topical question.
So-
Yeah, like we could also do like casual conversation, but I
Yeah,
don't
we
think
can.
that this is.
Yeah.
I think I'm trying to keep you occupied, while I'm messing around with the bars on the window.
Uh-huh.
So like, you know, like talking about like random stuff like, yeah, so how was the rest of the trip?
Mhm.
Yeah. So then like how is the situation there and there going, while I'll probably like try to do something to like break open the windows to get out.
God. That's something. Although, yeah.
And yeah, the thing is, do you go for it, or like don't you won't you go for it?
I God, I don't think she does because she finds this very interesting and also a bit um yeah, I think it's like okay, like she doesn't have the time to go get soup, but she does you notice that she like pulls something out of her pocket and also a knife. It's like, Dr. Sausage.
I do.
Not really.
Ah, of course you do. I knew you would know this. Okay, yeah, Dr. Sausage is basically like a diet, low fat bologna that used to be very common in the Soviet Union because they needed a lot of food and like good processed meat. And I think she just kind of cuts off a slice and offers it. No bread, sadly.
Yeah, I think Fernando said like if you're expecting me to ask to ask you to get me out of here, like you're mistaken. I can get out of here whenever I want.
I'm offering you food.
Yeah, she takes it. Very like very huffy about everything.
God. Yeah. Mm.
Okay, it's like I'm again, right?
Yeah, seems like it.
I hope to find common ground with you about the fact that the rebellion is kind of shitty and should like go away. Is there any?
I think more of a complicated answer. I think there is common ground with you as a person, but not common ground with you as a representative of the Legion.
Why not? Like,
Because
it's not like we're not evil. Like we just
how are you
try.
not evil?
Like how are we not evil? Like all we do is go to places and offer them our protection and access to our vast markets and resources to improve the lives of everyone. And sure, if you like, and with any kind of like agreement about like access to markets and all that, there are rules that you have to follow. And all these problems that come around with it has always to do with people deciding that I like the rules don't apply to me, which if you break the rules, you have to live with the consequences. It's not that hard, really.
Do you want to know a story?
Yeah, sure. Like
This-
sits down on the bench again.
Well, a long time ago, when my land wasn't the wasn't what it was known as today, we also made some deals with certain hegemons. And you know what happened?
What?
We imagine what it's like to grow food, like let's say rice, and you can't eat it because you have to sell it to someone else. You can't feed yourself because you have to meet market demands.
Yes.
And then you can't even you grow and you grow and it's all to feed someone else's belly. And well, I'll tell you what happened. We got sick of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we're not with the rebellion. That's why we're not with the Legion, because you tell us, oh, we're different, we're better, we're more equal, and it's always lies.
Like it's about opportunities. I mean, yeah, sure, your like way of living works in this in your in your space, but once everything reaches a certain size, you have to you have to follow certain procedures and certain rules. And the way we do our things, we still have, we need a name for the Legion of whatever. Everything is like it's like the way things and structures like grow the way they're supposed to fit whatever like needs arise from the societies that create them. So if we have these markets and structures and whatever else that you seem to not like, it is for a very good reason. And like getting rid of these would also mean that like everything else like disappears and gets destroyed, and that's not the way to go. Also, I would like to stress in chat, because Lofty was saying she is in a prison, but I think she also kind of like would like, it's not her prison. She got like imprisoned by the rebels, and yeah, of course she's a capitalist. What else is evil?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Agnieszka just kind of sighs and is like, well, I hope you can reconsider. And I think before she leaves, I think she hands her like a pamphlet, like a booklet.
Like one thing, it's like looks at it, yeah, sure. And just as a thing, what would be would have been funny is like you bring her a cake with a file in it.
Oh
Like-
god! Oh.
But no,
If you can unlock the mysteries of the book, you can find the file in it.
Yes.
It's a spell.
Yeah. Obviously, the like the spell that gets unlocked by reading a communist pamphlet is like something that destroys
That's
a
called
prison
class
wall.
consciousness.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
It's actually a type of dispel.
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
And,
think that's the end of the scene.
yeah, leave the conversation. Yeah, that's cool. That has been
Okay.
fun.
That has been something. Cindy.
Yeah. I think Nira is crossing paths with Tender. I think this is probably like after Nira is like had the tour of like Agnieszka's house, I guess, or whatever.
Mhm, mhm.
I think she like returns back to like the wilds. I don't know. Where would we be meeting? Is this like I'm visiting you, or probably I'm visiting you? I'm guessing. But
Sure, okay. Meaning as host and guest. I'm the host,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. What does your home look like? Where do we meet? I guess.
okay. So, hey MTV, welcome to my crib. Welcome to Briarhedge Celadon, which is the Celadon corner of Briarhedge. We also have Briarhedge Green and Briarhedge Teal. Yes, those are all color names.
God. Yeah.
Um, there's a naming scheme here because I'm on my bullshit and everything has to have a scheme. And like I guess question for Nira, and what are your expectations for a home? Because my expectations are like, uh, you know, we're walking through the woods, and at one point I stop and say, "Well, we're here." I like nothing visually changes,
Yeah.
right?
Mm,
What
yeah.
what are what is the swamp culture? With the bog culture, sorry.
Well, I guess the main reference I have for like what Nira's home would look like is Shrek.
Somebody once told me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's basically just a swamp, and there's probably some shack where he like sleeps in or something
Okay.
sometimes.
Then I think I'm gonna be the sensitive host and be like, well, we're here. Oh, all right, all right. And I sort of um uh walk up to sort of a collection of bushes,
Mhm.
kneel down, whisper to them a little, and they, the branches twist and bend, and I create a pair of naturally occurring, homegrown, still living wicker chairs, and just
Okay.
big, massive, uh, comfy chairs made of still growing wicker. Uh,
Are there like still leaves on it and stuff? Like,
oh yeah, definitely. It's what makes them soft. You're not sitting on plain branch. There's a bit of leaf, no thorns, unless you
yeah,
prefer thorns, which we can arrange.
yeah. I think Nira is kind of like storms, I guess. Um,
Get a good scratch in.
yeah.
Okay, okay. We got a thorn
Um,
bush as well. We can work with. Um, and yeah, uh there's a brook uh running through, for refreshments,
yeah.
and uh
Yeah.
you go
So
first.
yeah.
Oh wait, when did we last see each other?
Yeah. I was thinking at the dance, but maybe it's some other time, but I don't know.
I want to say we met last at the dance,
Mhm.
but as I want to say some of my duties have let me observe you. And not like, I wasn't spying, but more like I was here doing my thing, and then, oh, that's Nero on the road there.
Huh. What
The
are all
kind of
these?
stuff where like I could have walked up and talked to you, but I thought my work was more important at that time.
Yeah, you didn't want to. Sorry. You weren't interested in the, what were they called again? The cliff races? Like,
Yeah.
whatever happened there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now I will ask you a question then, I guess.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't read these questions before making this game. These are a bit different energy than I was expecting. Um, hmm. I think when we parted, there was an unsettled matter between us. I'm prepared to let it go unless you bring it up again. To you, even by accident. And I think this is more like, this is probably more about like the stuff that was going on, and like maybe I should like. We probably had the conversation before if I should like help you in some way, like
Mhm.
with
Mhm.
yeah. Um, doing something about the outside forces, but I think Nero has been kind of hesitant in that, and like,
Um, I don't think I bring it up at all.
okay,
Uh, because obviously, since those days I've been helplessly busy with my responsibilities, and I'm eager to see a friendly face. Does your face offer me friendship?
um, yeah, I think so. I think, um, yeah, I think Nero has just been around some people who sees like, how do I say this, sort of hesitant about their motives. I think she's like happy to be around you again, where at least he knows what you're up to, like what your
Mhm.
priorities are, and that they also align with those of Nira.
Mhm.
And I think also like I think Nira also just thinks Tender is cool, you know.
Yeah.
um,
Sounding tender is my job title.
oh, Saladin, sorry. um,
Um, Closing offers.
um, hmm.
I want to say, uh, let's continue with talking it over,
Okay, sure.
which is also going to be my turn. So we're, sort of, as it's clear that this is not going to be like a formal meeting where we're like hanging out, and it's like, um, it's not my guard that drops, because I don't think I'm guarded towards you.
hmm
But there is we talk for 5 minutes, and you see a shoulders relax kind of uh I get comfy in my seat, which
hmm
uh in this case is sort of first lean back, then sort of shift to the side, hang a leg over an armrest, and just chatting kind of. um uh, I think we can kind of skip. No, we're not skipping. What do I notice about you? This is what you notice about me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think what you notice about Nira is that she's kind of like unsure if she like. I think what you notice about Nira is that she's kind of asking what she should do to you in a way. Like,
Hmm.
I think yeah, the thing you notice is that it's very much a case of like Nero isn't really sure what to do, like about all of this. Like, should they do more, or is it fine that they'll just go back to the park or whatever? And like, I think they're kind of probing about like what you think she should do in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Then I guess I have the firmer position here.
Mhm.
Uh, okay. Well, I think we just sort of chat idly for a while, just do the social stuff. But eventually, uh, it does loop back around to the whole political situation, and um, I think there's a plan forming somewhere in the back of Sandine's mind, uh, which is like the Princess Accord, except one that excludes princesses. Um, and tentatively, I hope to get you to commit to uh, the idea of a Wilds Federation. Or no, I think her framing is more like an alliance in this case.
Okay.
But I hope to get you to commit to a Wilds alliance. Can I?
I think so. I think Nero like agrees to that basically. Like, or I don't know if she agrees to it immediately in this conversation, but like she's definitely receptive to the idea and like
Yeah.
um
I think it's framed more like in the idea like, well, we don't have to get involved in the disputes of the kingdoms, the rebellions, the legions, but when they fight, some of their battlegrounds are going to be our homes, and I think it's best for all of us if we can stand united against collateral.
yeah, that would be good for all of us. I can usually scare off the people who come to my park, but there are times when I can't, and well, support from others would really help. And I guess that's the same for the others as well.
I want to say I think I have a hype deer.
Yes.
Like as I'm explaining this, like there's a deer slightly to the side and to the back behind me, just like nodding along, like yep, this sounds legit, yep.
Oh, God, now I'm just thinking of like that Socrates like tweet, like, yeah, fuck him up, Socrates. Yeah, fucking up, Celandine.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay.
I'm feeling expensive. What do you want to know about me?
Um. Of all the magically empowered glades in the tri-state region, you had to walk into mine. Why me?
You seem the most. You seem to be the most aware of what is happening outside of the wilds, which may concern the wilds. I think you have a lot of knowledge that will help me come to a better decision.
I try to be the eyes and ears. And I'm glad I can be yours as well. Um, hmm. I accidentally spilled a secret that, in your case, this might be more than just a um, common sort of political leanings, but also, um, you know, I would like the support of all Wild's folk, but yours especially. With a little more warmth in the voice. I cover it gracefully, of course, but do you pick up on it anyway?
Um, I think Nero picks up on it, but is very confused to why. He thinks he picks up on it, but he doesn't pick up on it. You know?
Right. The radar pings, but there's nothing
hmm
to explain it. Cool.
Yeah. Hmm. Think Nero's just like, have you known that deer for long? And points to the hype deer. Like,
Sorry, can you say that again?
this is like, have you known that deer for long? And then points to the hype deer. This is, pause instead commenting on something around you.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh yes, that is, and I make what deer sounds like. I'm like, oh yeah, that is. I was there when he was born. So you could say I've known him forever, or he's known me forever. I've known him for 7 years. Um, and yeah. Um, I'm gonna say, oh, you. We have. I have duties to attend to in the morning. But next time you come over, we should do a tour.
Would be great.
Awesome. And I think we're done.
Yeah.
Cool. So I think in the meantime, Fondentra managed to managed to get the trust of the rebels Baker, and I could show you some tricks if you let me out of this prison for a moment. And obviously, because she is a villain, uses that opportunity to escape. And I would like to play giving a chase. And what I'm thinking about is that, I assume the rebels are somewhere hidden in the wilds, and I'm running through either Celandine's or Naira's territory. Even, maybe it's like you both talking and both of you chasing me. Because I'm, rummaging or, rumbling through your space and making a
I
mess
want to
of
pick
it.
this up.
You want to chase?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna chase you.
Cool.
Chase you.
Setup. Only you and your chosen partner play. Choose which one of you is the hunter, that is Celandine, and which one of you is the quarry. Ask your partner how the chase came about. I think we know that. Then ask each other, what do I notice about you? During the chase, anyone may ask for details about the landscape, what's ahead, what's behind, and what course the hunt might take. Celandine, what do I notice about you?
I think the whole thing begins when sort of, I notice you've trespassed and maybe even like break off our conversation before and just like as you're forcing your way through the thicket, you notice, you hear a voice that is calm and collected, but also carries so well on the wind that it feels like I'm speaking to your ear, which says, well, sorry, that was my cat. Which says, you are not welcome, you are not invited, and you are not permitted here. And you look around a little, and it's like, it's here. No, wait, it's not here. And you look somewhere behind you, and you see me, not dressed as you saw me in the ballroom with fine silk and it's mostly naked, but also tastefully covered in lichen. Tastefully.
Yeah. There's always
Uh,
something in front of the parts that shouldn't be shown.
No, the
Okay.
lichen is on me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which very much leaning into the image of, oh, I'm just a moss-covered rock.
Okay.
And just like eyes focused on you.
Are you riding your hype deer?
Nah.
No? Okay. Is the hype deer around?
Only if I catch you.
Okay. What do I know? What do you notice about me? I think you catch me off guard a bit. Like, I thought that I was like, okay, I broken out of this, and I probably just like managed to shake off. I know what it is. I like enter your territory. The rebels suddenly stop chasing me, and I think, ha, you losers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Fools.
I won. Like this one Gundam meme with like I'm a genius, and then the next image,
Oh,
no.
no!
It's like kind of like that.
Yeah.
I'm so smart, and then like suddenly I don't know, like probably like some like bullshit happening that like where you how you like enter my attention, and then your voice coming. Okay. Conducting the chase. The quarry conducts the chase first. Say where you're going. I think I just want to get back home. I think I assume that the Legion has, like, as always, like with like evil empires, they have like big airships and like flying fortresses or whatever. And I think I have like a flying fortress of some kind.
Evil empires like
that
Shield.
Hmm?
Evil empires like Shield.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like trying to get back there, and it's also probably a thing that's a very cool, like toy playset if you want to buy it. And
yeah.
this is where I want to go, but at first I need to get out of this forest area because I can't see where everything is. So that's like where I'm trying to go. Okay. So, and then while you play, think about the ways your abilities might color the actions you take during the chase. Ending the chase after a total of 4 challenges and admissions, compare tokens. So we like do challenges after the third. The third challenge has to be an admission, right? 4 challenges and admission during the chase. Where was that?
Yeah, it says in conducting the chase.
Choose freely, but your third choice must be an admission. Okay, good. Okay. But I could also do an admission now. But yeah, and then we collect tokens, and then after that we see how it went. Okay. I mean, what fits most here is I press through a thorny briar. If you dare to follow me, throw. On tails, you're tangled and torn and must extract yourself, and I gain a token.
Oh, I follow you. Follow. Follow you. Okay.
Okay, I know how.
One.
I think heads should be. It should be like a 1d2, and 1 is heads and 2 is tails.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm,
Yeah.
heads. I
Okay.
keep up without
Okay.
with ease.
Okay. So
You push or like specifically, you press through a thorny briar and it parts in front of me.
yeah, and maybe even like it gets thicker in front of me as well.
Mm.
Like, so it's like, where are these coming from? They weren't here like a moment ago.
Mhm.
You don't gain a token through that, right?
No.
It's
No,
just
no,
that I don't get one. Okay.
Yep.
I just have to keep picking these, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What's the next thing? Definitely not. I know this area very well. Yeah, I think actually no. Let's do this. I leap over nothing and make a hard, precarious landing. If you dare to follow me, throw. On heads, you gain 1 token. On tails, you barely catch yourself. You're clinging on with all your strength, and the chase. Oh no, why is it a challenge and not an admission? The last one.
It's because
That's-
it makes me
Yeah.
flip a coin.
Okay, then not that one. Then let's take. I reach open ground and speed away. If you can rally yourself, throw. On tails, you slow down to catch your breath, and I gain a token. I think this is just me. Like after like I broken through like the briar, we like come to like a larger forest cleaning or whatever, and I'll do a thing where I like create a lightning bolt and just ride it, like
Ah,
ride the
Yes.
lightning and
I love that one.
and try to like gain some like ground.
Mhm. I am definitely trying to keep up, and I do.
Oh my god!
You have superior speed. I know the place. I know where you're going. You will face thick trees growing close together. You're not getting through there.
Okay.
And like being the excellent tactician that I am, I know that you're likely going to go this direction, and I'm just going to go there right now.
Okay, I
Take a
think now we get 2 because like it again like more trees and all that. I lead a dizzying course through switchback and blind. If you dare to follow me.
This is the third one.
Yeah,
Is
this
it-
is
it's
an
a third?
admission.
An
Oh,
admission.
sorry. Yeah, sure. I thought after the third, so the fourth. Okay, admission. Yeah, I think this is good. No, I wasn't even trying. No, I've led myself into a dead end. I think I don't know this area well, and at a fork in my path, I hesitate. Throw. On heads, you rush to overtake me, and so gain 2 tokens.
Yep, this is very this is exactly what I'm doing. And have I guessed correctly? Is this where you're gonna go?
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't.
Oh,
Oh.
You turned left when I went right.
okay. So one more.
We're at 0
I think-
0.
I think we're like, now it has to. I leap out over nothing and make a hard, precarious landing. Because then it's like either you're like, I mean, this way you win, or like if it goes the other way, I win.
Yeah.
So
I don't follow you.
yeah. Okay. Sure, of course you don't follow me.
I am on the ledge. You jump out. You barely scramble to the other side, or wherever you're on. You look back and you see me standing on the edge, just glowering at you.
The thing is, like, you win the chase, right?
Yes. Equal
Like-
or greater number of tokens. So
Is it-
equal.
Is it that like where I'm like the fork is basically something like, okay, there's like this huge like gorge where a river runs through or
Mhm.
whatever, and the other thing is like some forest patch, and I choose to like take the jump.
Yeah.
And what I didn't know is that, like, sure, I can take the jump, but it's like a small cliff in the middle of rushing water, and I can't get out of there.
Mhm.
Like it's somewhere, and this is like how you get me then. So
Yeah, I think it's you basically you got away, but also you're isolated.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and ending the chase. If the hunter has an equal or greater number of tokens to you, we both have 0.
mhm.
Choose one. Okay. No. Yeah, I think it's you've driven me into a dead end and have cornered me.
Mhm. Here's the thing. I don't care about taking you prisoner. This is not my point. I want you out of here, and I want you to learn your lesson. So I think what I actually do is sort of at my leisure make my way over to where you are, and just beat you up and dump you out of the forest.
I'm just imagining that Zach Fox song "Square Up" playing while you beat the shit out of Danta.
And this is where I sort of glower at the cliff edge and just like, okay, make my way around and climb down across the river, climb down the other side, just make a path for myself. And the hype there is standing on the cliff and just like, yeah, get him.
Okay.
But it's also probably more like a few strikes and then get a vine to tie your hands up as I lead you out of the forest, and then just kick.
Yeah, what
Right
I
out
had
of
in
here.
mind also is just like you tying her up and some stuff and like just like dragging her behind you, like as a basically berating her like for like trespassing while she's like being dragged through like briar and stuff.
Maybe less of that, but
That's okay.
more like leading, but still leading through terrain that is friendly to me and rough to you, and just like and I think for interesting story's sake, I do lead you through the forest,
Yeah.
right? So in some ways, you have gained something. You've gotten away from the rebellion, but also like this is not where your airship is.
Yeah.
This is definitely also away from your airship.
Maybe it just like at the end ask you like you could have just let me through. Like
Gotta be a jerk about it.
Yeah. These are not your paths.
yeah, I know that.
If
Jeez.
you try this, if you try to pull this shit again, there will be less mercy.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I think
there will be less kindness.
yeah, I think she like turns around and walks and like makes like a yeah, I heard that hand gesture, like 2 fingers up the air and like does the small wave, like yeah.
Mhm.
And, like continues on wherever like she's going. Okay, cool.
And like as I step into the forest, back into the forest, in Avatar when Sokka does the what a tribe. The deer don't
God.
do that.
This is too much. Yeah, cool.
Okay. That is
Shall we take
second
another
round.
break?
Yeah, second round complete. 5-minute break. I think that sounds good.
Yeah,
Good.
awesome.
I
See
need
that?
to stretch.
I need to feed my cat.
See you folks, and
Very
I hope
important.
feed us the dog cat. Oh yeah, I didn't notice.
I think we're live now.
We're live. Woo.
We are live.
Cool.
Okay, so welcome back. We are still playing For the Honor by Quinn Vega. We're still raising money for the Native American Rights Fund. That doesn't seem there's been a donation since the last time, which is a-okay. Just send it sometimes. Send it soon. Last we left off, it seemed, well, Fundantra got a prison visit from Aneshka, and a lot of swamp bog alliances were being formed. Fundantra escaped from prison, but got caught and beat up by Celandine, which was quite the event. So yes, I imagine Fundantra's probably licking her wounds at this point, but I'm the one who gets to pick the next game. So what I think would be interesting is, let's see here. I need to do this quick. Yeah, what say you, Fundantra, if we met blade to stave? Would that sound fun to you?
Always.
Yeah, so only you and your chosen partner play. Decide together how the two of you came to be standing alone on the edge of violence. Who do you think is attacking here? Is it Fundantra or is it the other way around?
I think it's me. Like at
Mm.
some point, I made it back to my Flying Fortress playset.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, and like noticed that like some of my servants, or like the hench people, the toadies I have in employ, messed up, like, I don't know, like some bread dough I had going on. Like
It's
the
a lot of
sourdough I
bread.
brought from home, like has gone
My
bad.
starter has been
While
ruined.
while I was in prison and they didn't take care of it properly, and now they're ruined and like all terrible, and this put me in a very bad mood, and so I decided, you know what? I still haven't figured out what's this like weird like magical crystal thing is.
Yeah.
And I went back there and like very loudly. Maybe like I drove the fortress near that like mountain where we last met, and then I jumped off of it. And I probably run into you somewhere there. Like maybe you're there for other reasons, and like
Yeah.
okay.
So doing political outreach, probably. But what do I notice about you since last time?
I'm done.
You're just done.
I hate this planet.
Yeah, Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Nothing good going on for her.
Yeah. What do I notice about you?
I think Nishka is very tired because, like I said, political outreach. She's been trying to also form alliances. I think she was actually like on her way to the wilds to try and negotiate something with. If that sounds cool with you, Celandine and Nira. If there's some attempts there going on there. They're just like staying up late at night, lots of paperwork, stuff like that.
Oh, one thing you also kind of notice about me, I assume that Fondantra also got like yelled at by her superiors for like, you know, like again, like the cartoon thing where like the main villain of the series actually has someone like behind them that is always like yelling at them for like finally getting, I don't know, getting it like, or like getting the thing that they need. And always failing, and I think that's like that as well. And there's also like a hint of desperation because
Yeah.
you know she got yelled at by her bosses, and like she isn't like she's still in a precarious situation herself. So it's like, okay, I have to like no more messing around now.
Okay. During the duel, anyone may ask for details about the location and circumstances and conducting the duel. The more experienced combatant begins. If you don't know which of you that is, throw a coin.
Just in location, is it like I would find it kind of cool if we like if this is like a very like very steep cliffside thing where we're like standing on like tall like stone pillars, like singular stone pillars, and have to jump around and all that stuff. Yeah, sure. Like, and maybe there's also a storm going around, so we have like the kind of like clash of elementals going in some way.
Yeah.
I have an important question.
Absolutely.
Yes. What are your weapons?
That is good question. I think. Oh, hold on. There is a very cool sword that is real, that exists. It's ceremonial, but in this case, it doesn't have to. Has anyone here heard of the Sword of Stalingrad?
No.
It is cool as shit. Yeah, let's see if I can find a picture. Yeah, Okay, I've found an image. Let me open the image. For some reason, it has to do a WordPress thing, but if whoever is running Roll Plus Ref is up, I don't know how that works, but I do have an image. I think it's that. I think she has a big fuck off sword.
Yeah. Okay. I don't have. Let me. I have bullshit from a different game that might still
Uh-huh.
work.
Yeah.
I do need to look at my other stuff for a different game. I'm so sorry. Where is it? I hope I haven't. It's so cool that we have this server where we can play so many different games and like create
Mhm.
Google Docs for all of them so that we have reference images. I
Yeah.
don't think that I can find it. Anyway, I think it's a spear. It has to be a spear.
Okay. A
Like,
spear. Interesting.
yeah,
Hmm.
I don't think that it's a sword.
Yeah. No worries.
I think a spear is also like more like especially like a spear that has like additional spikes coming off of it.
Mm.
I think it's also like something that doubles as like kind of a lightning rod or whatever. So
Yeah.
we have this as well. And yeah, I don't have a like good image for it right now. But yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm. Who is the most experienced combatant? I think we should throw a coin in this case.
yeah,
Okay, I'm heads. You're gonna be tails.
sure.
So you just remember. I almost. No, it's you.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. How does this go? Category will ask a leading question, then take turns asking a leading question back and forth at any time after the third leading question. Either of you can choose to ask one of the closing questions instead. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Leading questions against you. Okay. I think, like, again, we have to do go with like again, Fondandra doesn't play at this point, so I'll go with I press an attack and you barely evade it. A fraction slower and you'd been struck through. Does it exhilarate you or chill you? And I think it's just like like again, I think this is like a series of like very like kind of like tall stone pillars, and I'm jumping across them, and like you saw me earlier and like cut through and like managed to
Yeah.
like intercept me, and like I see you and I like again like this. I was just about why oh, and then just like a very like a series of like lightning strikes, and like I jump ahead with the spear like in front of me and like trying to strike you and all that. So does it exhilarate or chill you?
I think it chills me. I think this scares me. Something about it is just very disturbing. Like, oh, this person can actually fucking kill me. That's not good. That's bad even. Just I don't know if this is good. I don't know. It's like I got myself into a really bad situation. Okay, yeah, I know what to ask you. I strike you not with violence, but with words, saying. The thing is, I don't know if I could say like a sentence, but I know presumably I just like explaining to you that you're being used by powers that are far beyond your control and that ultimately don't even serve you. You're just you're a pawn to the Legion and just kind of trying to convince you that this whole thing is futile, basically, and that you should come over to my side. Do I give you pause or do I provoke you?
I think at this point it's provoking me because it's
Mhm.
you might be correct, and like at a more like calm moment she might see it that way,
Mhm.
but at this moment where she just got like chewed out by her bosses and like had like incredibly bad days, it's
Yeah.
like you also just want to like use me for something else, and I'm just no.
Mhm.
Not now. Like, so it's just like just shut up. Like shut up and
God.
fight.
Yeah. Sad
Yeah.
face.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You lash out at me with all the power you've got, blasting me until I'm tattered. Do you let up or lay in, knocking me on my back?
I
And you
think,
can describe how this looks.
yeah, totally. Just like throwing more and more rocks at you, like taking them out of the ground, just like, kind of, with a flick of the wrist, they all just go left, right. But I think at some point, she realizes, like, oh shit, they really are getting hurt. Oh god. Yeah, I definitely let up. Just like, I shouldn't let my powers get the better of me. Because if that happens, I'm just the Legion again. And it's like, I don't want to do that.
So
Like,
third
I have
leading
to
question.
prove that I'm better than the Legion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Third leading question would be like you now, right? Or like this was the third one.
No, that was you were the third leading question.
Yeah,
But
I
you
was
don't.
just. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Like I was just like wondering if this is now the time where you could also ask closing
We
questions.
could, but
Okay,
it depends on how you feel.
Yeah, sure. So it's your turn, I think.
Oh yeah. Um. Excuse me. I overreach slightly, and you have an opportunity to slip in a cheap hit. Do you take it? Yeah, just like with the sword, like trying to do various jabs, and I open myself up, like my arm and everything is completely open to you.
Oh, I think I take it.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's just like, oh, look there, like, because like you showed mercy at this point, and this is the thing, right? Like where you are showing mercy, and the it's the like silly thing, but Dragon Ball Z where like Goku shows mercy to Frieza, and like Frieza's like, nope, like I'm not doing the same thing here. Even though you're like, I think like the overall fight is like you're like gaining slowly the upper hand of it. But there's a weak point, and I'm using it. And okay, this is. No, I think there was something good. No, this is. What was the one?
Which one?
Yeah, I was looking at it. This isn't the right one. I think maybe I don't like none of the closing questions are kind of what I want. Yeah, so like at least not for now. So and think maybe it's then instead then well, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's do a closing. Sorry, I was confused. You knock my weapon out of my hand and it rattles out of reach. Do you allow me to recover it, or must I submit? Like,
you can recover it.
Okay.
Just like, come on, you're being pathetic. I don't want. Just like, you're trying so hard to be the bad guy that it is almost funny. Just like, oh come on.
Okay, so then it's your turn, I guess.
Well, no, that's a closing question.
Okay, so like this is like basically the end. It's like a pet situation where you both have like the weapons, and there's something happens that breaks up the fight. Like there's something else, like
elemental forces or something along those lines, I think.
Oh, maybe the Legion launches like an actual attack at something.
Oh god. Yeah.
Like that like breaks off like the situation. Okay, now we have to like or something like that. And your attention is somewhere else, and I use that to like slip away.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just like I don't have time for this. I have a land to defend.
Okay.
Yeah, that actually fits pretty well into what I wanted to do,
Absolutely, go ahead.
which is an all-out battle.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Everyone plays. Decide together whose stronghold is under siege and by whom. Everyone's characters meet at the stronghold. So yeah, which stronghold is under siege? I guess. At first, I was like thinking about maybe like Briar Hedge is like under attack or something by
Okay.
if you have a different idea, it could also work. But um, are you all
Sure.
good with that? Or
Yeah.
I mean, if Halcyon is, because I mean,
Yeah. No. Sure. That sounds legit. Uh, I've been making waves. It's
mhm.
about time some of those came back.
I mean, you were making waves because this could happen, so you know.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Where are the battle lines?
Mhm. Yeah.
I assume Nira is on my side, but otherwise,
Yeah. Also, who is attacking here? I guess. Like, is this the Legion attacking, or is
I
this
think
like?
it's the
Seems like
Legion.
it.
Is
Yeah.
there something like I think there's like I don't know, maybe the Briar Hedge has like something that the Legion kind of wants, or they think that they or suspect that the like rebels are there,
Mhm.
and it like just like okay, yeah, we, like attack this like indiscriminately, kind of in a way. Because I was like trespassing your area as I was escaping, so
This could just be petty revenge.
yeah, in some way. I don't think that like Fondendra is like was like launching this. Maybe it was more like yeah, I like because in some way she kind of knows where parts of the rebels are and like probably relayed that, and then like the conclusion from the rest of the Legion is like okay, let's attack there.
Mhm.
And Fondendra is more like yeah, okay, you have to like being told yeah, it's like go and do your job again.
Cool. Where's Agnieszka here?
I think she's going to arrive late. I think she's decided to assist Salandine and the folks. Just kind of like, but yeah, like I said, arriving late. Like, hey, reinforcements are here. I hope you're fucking happy.
Pulling a Thrund wheel. Okay.
Yeah, I guess. I don't Hobbit. No, I've blocked those movies out of my mind.
Book's good. Well, book's fine.
Mm.
Anyway. Cool. Right then. What do we notice about each other?
Yeah.
I think the thing you'll notice about Nira is that she's turned into a kaiju.
Oh, okay. Something to notice.
Yeah.
No big deal.
I don't think she's
Notice
like.
about Nira. You don't thing you notice about Nira. You don't notice Nira. You do notice a Godzilla.
Yeah.
I don't think she's like Godzilla size. I think she's more of like the like kaiju from The Host. If you've seen that movie, like more like yeah, like a story tall or like 2 stories tall or something, and like that sort of stuff. It's still big, but
Yeah.
like not like apartment building tall, you know.
I'm
Cool.
sorry, but like since you earlier said like the only like way you imagine like your home to be like kind of like Shrek, I imagine like a big Shrek, but
Big Shrek.
Big Shrek.
Get out of my swamp.
bigger Shrek.
Bigger Shrek theory.
Yeah.
Shrek's pretty big. I think I'm also leaning into scary territory, which similar to as during the chase, except I'm also pulling a Doc Ock here.
Oh.
In that I am wreathed in thorny vines that snake around me and help me run, but also help me smash. I am the strength of the forest, after all.
Okay.
And sometimes things need tending, and sometimes they need pruning.
Jesus. Okay. I think I arrive on a tank, like a future tank, but it's a tank.
With a sword out.
Absolutely.
Good.
Just like
Drive me
leading the
closer.
charge, like leading the charge on a horse, except it's leading the charge on a tank.
Yeah. I think what you like notice about Fondendra is like it's a different kind of energy of I don't want to be here. It's like she thinks this is like pointless.
Mm-hmm.
And also like Celandine, like sure. She wasn't like polite. Or they weren't polite, sorry. But they did like let her go. So it's kind of like what's like we don't have any beef with these people.
Yeah.
What's the point of this? So kind of being like very frustrated, but also at the same time, yeah, I guess this is what we are supposed to do now, and like kind of like reluctantly and like begrudgingly like leading the charge. But also like with a way of like, okay, let's do it quickly and as like with as much force as possible because again, time and all that. I don't don't play around.
Yeah.
Cool.
Then we'll conduct the battle.
Seems
go
like
around,
it.
Yeah. Go around the
And that's-
table. Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah, go around. Hold on, who
Ah,
wants to
that's
read
okay.
this?
no, I thought Mocha was want to say something.
No.
Go around the table. Each of you gets 3 turns. The defenders go first. On your turn, choose an enemy player's character and give them a challenge. They answer it freely. I think Mocha's gonna get a lot of questions.
Yeah,
good.
you got a gang of people. You could probably have like an NPC or something. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. If a challenge fits the general action you want to take, but doesn't fit the context of the battle, please reframe it to fit your story. While you play, think about the ways your abilities might cover the actions you take during the battle. Okay. So defenders go first. Shall we just go Discord order? And I guess I'll start then, or because
Yeah, that sounds like about right.
I dash at you, moving with unbelievable speed. Can you react quickly enough to get away? How? And I think this is just like major kaiju like storming at you, like just like stomping on like the like Legion troops that are in front of you and just like heading towards you like like yeah.
Yeah, I think how like you're probably like stomping through a lot of like her army, but like with Fondendra, I think she just like throws her like spear, like maybe past you, and then turns into a lightning bolt and like teleports to it.
Yeah. I think like yeah, the kaiju that like Nero's turned into is like 4-legged. So I think this is very much like after this it's very much like a dog trying to like take a corner too quickly, you know, like like kind of sliding away on their feet, like and getting back up. Yeah. My challenge.
Okay. I lob an entire thick oak tree at you, and it's rolling towards you. Can you avoid the impact? How?
I think this is like one. I assume like this is like directly in maybe this kind of like a weirdly because you are the tactician here. Basically, you anticipated where it would move, and like it's already on the move, and I don't think that I can like react in time, and I just get get hit by it. I kind of like the idea of you owning me all the time. So
Get oaked.
Get oaked.
it's like very much like you have to be quicker than that, like being like very cocky about stuff and then turning around again, like I'm a genius. Oh no, like once again.
You've got some bite, but have you had some bark today? I've spent the last 3 weeks thinking of one-liners for this battle. I'm going to say them all.
Very good. Okay. I think Agnieszka is now.
Yes, it is my turn. I know exactly. My reinforcements arrive and bring an aggressive push to your flank. Have you anticipated my maneuver? How?
I mean, I knew like you might also be around, but I don't think that she had like it in mind. And considering that the Legion is probably full of people that are very evil, but are also like strangely incompetent, I don't think so.
Oh.
Whoever is leading that is like, what's a? I should have like written down a bunch of more like more like evil people names that are kind of in the same way. But yeah, it's like no.
Oh no, Raisinra.
Nah, no, it's I think like probably like what's Slug Drag, which is just a slug, like a humanoid slug person.
Wow.
Like didn't do a good job. And like you like completely rout the flank.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so no. See, I'm a ledge. I put my garden so good. Okay, I think with Celandine, I dash at you, moving with unbelievable speed. Can you react quick enough to get away? How? And this is again like throwing the spear, teleporting to it, and like being like very quick about it.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I dash at you, moving with unbelievable speed. Can you react quick enough to get away? How?
I can't. I don't have speed. Instead I brace for impact.
Okay.
Put up my guard, take the blows best I can, but getting away is not in the cards.
Okay. I don't have a specific image, but it's probably like suddenly standing behind you and like blasting you away with like a lightning bolt or whatever, or like knocking you with a spear.
My image is more like, you charge across the battlefield. I toss things at you and you just zip to the side, zip to the other side.
Yeah.
And eventually it's like, oh no, you're here. You thrust your spear at me and I barely have a vine barrier in place. So, just like the entire momentum sort of stops.
Yeah. Okay.
But also I'm kind of, anime slide backward.
Hell yeah.
Defenders.
Yeah. I throw something completely bizarre and flaming at you, and I think this is just like Myra like picking up like a Legion tank like by the barrel basically, and like just like swinging it around and like throwing it at you. Can you avoid the impact, and how? I guess you have a good way to avoid it, but whatever.
I just avoid the impact. Like, can I avoid it? I think yes. I avoided like in the last moment, like I hear it or whatever, or like maybe someone like throws like shouts a warning, and this is like right in the moment where like launched my spear at like Celandine, and like this is also up to Celandine if this is interesting for them, but maybe I like avoid it, and at least parts of it might hit them instead, or like I try to do that.
Yeah, I think like, as stuff is incoming, we just break off.
Okay.
But also sticking with what has worked, I put up my guard and soak everything you throw at me as I barrel down at you. And I think by barrel down, I mean I literally make a sphere and roll at you. Can you hold me off? Ow.
I don't think so, because it's like, again, like there's so much stuff happening, and it turns out we are like pretty, like I assume like the way this is going, I think we're like pretty outmatched here. Like the
Yeah.
Legion doesn't have a lot of stuff, and like a lot is hinging on like a few people, and basically like three like beings that are about as powerful as Fondendra are like ganging up on her. Like she's doing her best, but this is like, okay, no, this like also like maybe I just like try to catch my breath, like get a bit away, and then like you just like just roll over me.
Yeah. Seems like God, is it either the second to last ending or the last ending? On the thing.
Second, pretty soon.
I mean, of those endings, probably the latter one, because I don't think like the Legion is invading here, and I don't think they're succeeding.
Yeah.
I think we're not the kind of factions who would fight for the fun of it. I
Yeah,
think
that
there's
doesn't seem like
too
it.
much serious intention behind it,
Yeah.
so it's probably the latter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to read that for the Twitch, it's serious fighting, but rules of engagement hold. By the end, name one or more allied characters. So that's probably like, Celandine, Nira, and Neshka hold the
Yes.
field, but everyone's given and taken their share of fair hits, and no one's crossed any lines. So yeah, I guess this is just like the Wilds holding the fields with some help of like the Kingdom, which who knows what that results in, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Who is next?
It might be me.
Yeah, seems like it.
I was gonna discover something new.
Feel free. Yeah, that's good.
And I want to say that a Legion transport carrying valuable artifacts has crashed in the bog. It must be recovered. Where was it coming from? And a second question is, I want to ask is the bog prepared for rebellion's task forces?
Don't really think prepared like it's a bug, like but
I'm just basically I'm hinting at the fact that well, the Legion probably wants it, but other people also want to grab it. So where was it coming from?
Oh yeah.
The big question.
I'm sorry.
I have
Please,
a high drama answer.
please.
Ooh.
It was coming from Agnieszka's Mountain.
Okay. Interesting. Now I don't know how to feel. Were they like stealing it? Or what?
Well, you were distracted with a battle.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Shit. I guess I gotta go there now. God. Yeah, just she's definitely pissed off at this. Just like, like I'm trying to do good things and then they attack and then we're all distracted and then this and just
Hmm.
horrible, horrible, horrible.
What the Legion lacks in competence, they make up for being Legion. if you
Yeah,
will.
seems like it. But yeah, Mocha. Because, or
Um,
unless there's something else we want to do with the discover something new.
No.
Okay.
um, okay, this gives me a good thing. So either, I mean, could go several ways, but I kind of, it's either mincing words or talking it over with Naira. Because I don't like, again, for Fondandra, sure, she could like again waltz in there and like try to like do that, but I think after the last battle and how bad it went, and also maybe she didn't even know that like while she was distracted, like also like instructed to do this pointless attack, someone else went and like stole whatever was in that thing. It's kind of like, okay, now I have to go retrieve it. Cool. Yeah, I can do that, but like not the way that you think. And also our resources are kind of scarce right now because you like decided to like waste a bunch in a pointless attack. So I think this is like more like, okay, let's try the talking thing. So what is like more like for negotiation kind of? Like, is it talking it over or mincing words?
I think it's
Mhm.
I
mincing
think
words.
talking it over. Oh, yeah, makes sense.
It depends on how
Sorry.
you expect the negotiation to go, I guess.
Yeah.
If you think it's like a more hostile thing, it's probably
Yeah.
mincing words. But if you expect it to be like, oh yeah, sure, then it's more talking it over.
I'm pretty sure it's more mincing words. Like
Yeah.
we did like just like try to like, burn the forest or whatever.
I just hurled a tank at you. It's
Yeah. It's Hi, how is it going? Okay. Setup. Only you and your chosen partner play. Decide together how you came to be sharing a tense conversation. Well, at some point, is it like you come back and see the like flames of like the down transport, and then like I don't know, a day later, I show up with.
Oh fuck, my outhouse.
I show up with like a negotiation thing. Maybe I even bring something to eat, like, okay, let's. And this is actually like a tense conversation over food. Like, okay, let's try to be polite about this, even though nobody really wants that. Next, decide yourself what, if any, feelings or ideas characters might be holding in secret. Then ask each other, what do I notice about you? Okay. What you notice about me is that I'm actually quite beaten up from the battle recently. I don't know. It's probably been a few days, but like it's hard to recover from like being rolled over by a tree and then by a large, I don't know, ball of plants and whatever else was like thrown my way. So that's that. And like there is like it's still like again short tempered and all that, but there's also like frustration here, like in general. Like nothing has been going our way here, and like what are we doing?
I think like what you notice about me is like as soon as I see you, I start turning into like I don't think kaiju form immediately, but I think it's like crocodile form again, where like
Not here to race, and like, oh yeah, she's also carrying like a basket with like stuff, probably Danishes or whatever in there. Like, yeah, like I brought something. Let's just talk. Like, we can
I
do
think
the
this
fighting
is
one
like
other time.
a moment of like Nero like mid like Animorphs transformation, and it's like, oh, like stay stuck there for a second, like he's what to do.
Like, half crocodile.
Yeah, and I think that just like turns back and is like, you want
Okay,
to talk?
Yeah. The character with the most to hide begins. I could make an argument that it's Fondandra, but yeah, it depends on like what you have to hide.
I think Nero has that much to hide. I think they're pretty explicit in like what their stance is at the moment, and is the only reason like they're not attacking you right now is because they want to know what's up. But like, yeah,
Okay. Good. Then use improvised conversation to bridge the gap between leading questions. Most of the questions will have blanks for you to fill in. Okay, take turns asking leading questions back and forth. At any time, either of you can choose to ask one of the closing questions instead. While you play, think about the ways your abilities might color the actions you take during the conversation. Okay. Leading questions. I think it's more. First of all, it's like, now listen. This whole battle wasn't my idea. Like, this, you know how it is when you're like a soldier and all that. That you have to do what other people are telling you, and there's only so much you can do about that.
I don't.
Hmm?
I don't. I'm not a soldier.
Yeah, well, I am kind of. It's complicated. Anyway,
You could
so
choose not to be a soldier. You know that, right?
well, yeah, I could choose to be a lot of things, but you know. Anyway, while I'm here, and I think it's the question, the thing I'm going for is I appeal to you with earnest compassion. Is it that? Yeah, kind of like, okay, so things have gone like not well, and to be honest, like things aren't looking good for me either. Like I messed up a bunch, and like, you know, it's not looking great. And I've been sent here to make sure that the transport, and if possible, if any people were still around, to retrieve those, and like more importantly, to retrieve what was inside transport. And it would be good for everyone, really, if we could do this without beating each other up again, maybe. And that's like, does it get through to you or does it steer you? I think that makes sense. I don't know.
I don't think it gets through to me. I think I'm too suspicious of you to believe you in a way, I guess. Like, or to expect them to be nothing behind that, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I ask you bluntly to explain yourself to me, saying, why does the Legion want what's in that transport? Do you spin a careful lie, or do you respond directly?
I mean, out of character, it depends on like what they took.
Yeah.
Right? Like what is it that like Agnieszka also like was kind of guarding there, and like that is kind of hidden away in the mountains or in that place? So if we know more about that, we could make it more like clear what it might be.
I mean, you could also spin a careful lie, I guess.
Yeah, sure. Like, Okay, so you want to know what's in there? So don't like also out of character. You don't know what was in the transport. You didn't check.
I probably looked in there for a bit, but I probably didn't recognize anything like that was of obvious value to me.
Yeah, it's something we need. It's an important part of these flying things we have here. They need certain parts to work, and like the ones we had is kind of falling apart, and this was like a replacement, and if we don't put it in there soon, the whole thing falls apart, and that's not good. It's not the most comfortable place, but there are some things I would like to stay the way, and it's like one of the places I kind of like. So yeah, kind of me trying to spin a lie.
Yeah, I think Nero probably rolls her eyes a bit, sure.
Okay. No, this isn't it. Let's do this. I'm so lost in conversation that I stumble on a bit of terrain, losing my balance. Do you catch me or do you let me fall? I think this is okay, I assume we are taking a slow walk through the swamp. Through the not you're not leading me right into it, but on the edge of the region, and I'm talking. Yeah, it's this is one of these small talk things, talking over the food instead, basically, and this is it's not my best attempt at these, but they're kind of good, It's a recipe I took from home, and it's I try to recreate it as best as I can. I slip on some piece of grass, and I'm about to fall into the swamp, face first.
Yeah, I'll let you fall.
Oh no!
Smack.
Jesus.
Okay, so
Lovely in there, isn't it?
oh yeah, definitely. Stands up and cleans up. And I think she lost. I think she managed to very landed in, but managed to save the basket.
Do I Is it that I catch the basket, but not you?
Yes, yes. It's about to fly there. You just catch it in the air and I think I look. I'm at least the food is fine. And yeah, set up okay, great. Now I have mud on me. Awesome. Anyway, so it's your turn.
Okay. Wait, whose turn is it again? Sorry, I got a bit confused.
It's mine.
We're...
Okay.
I
think might also be time for closing question, maybe.
Yeah.
I was looking at them, and I don't know if there's one that makes sense from Nero's perspective, really. I think I've backed you into a corner in your logic and asked you to come clean to me. Do you speak plainly, or do you stand in silence? And this is probably one of... What's the logic that I found a corner?
like could be the I'm following orders bullshit or any other kind of
Using the
bullshit.
fucking Nuremberg defense.
I think it's probably like the part where it's like it's better for everyone if you just give this to me. Probably like.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a thing the Legion needs, and the Legion is like wrecking shit on this planet. Like, of course, it's not better if I give this to you.
I think it's okay, and you asked me to come clean to you in the sense like, okay, yeah, we want to like wreck everything, or it's like the best for us,
That's
right?
Sorry.
That's kind of the thing. You want me to say, yeah, it's not the best for everyone. It's the best for us.
Basically, yeah.
And I think she starts with that, like, in the way of like, what's best for the Legion is the best that's for everyone. And then at some point, like, also like she's been on this planet, like. Everyone is like that, and like was like in an intense battle that destroyed a place that didn't really do much. And she's like, and then is just silent, like, something isn't quite right here.
Yeah. Yeah. Is this just like a thing where you're like kind of like a bit dumbfounded, don't really know what to say after that? Like,
yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, no, yeah, no, yes, let me get back to you with that. And it's like, anyway, think about my offer, and like, goes. I probably said something, yeah, we could deliver you something for your swamp or like whatever you need. Like in the meantime, like it's still in negotiation, so I have to like offer something to you that's probably not like we could offer you money or like building materials. You have these engineers that could clean the swamp.
God.
Something like that. Anyway.
Yeah.
So we did another round, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So next one should be the last one. We'll have to think about how do we wrap this up.
I mean, like we could do what is it? Stand United?
Yeah, that one is like the final one.
Yeah, I don't think that we get another round before the time's up. Like, so we maybe should take a break and then do a Stand United at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that.
Sure.
So final break time.
Yeah. See you in a bit.
In a bit.
We are live. Welcome back, everyone. We are now finishing this game for the Honor by Quinn Vega. We are still raising money for the Native American Rights Fund. You can donate via tiltify.org/rollplusbond or donate.rollplusbond.com. Last we left off, there was a major battle. Everyone beat the shit out of each other. We also
We just all beat the shit out of Fondant.
yeah, we mostly beat the shit out of each other and found magical artifacts, and now the group has sort of not really united to finally find to stop the rebellion from getting the magical artifact, because it turns out that they're also not really all that good. So we're kind of doing a very, very ideologically fraught alliance, but hopefully it all works out. Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's.
Before we
One
get
thing.
there,
Yeah, sorry.
I want to shout out Hype Deer for donating 420
Oh yeah.
with a comment,
Yeah.
Dear Tribe.
Thank you for doing that. I almost forgot. So yeah.
Awesome. One thing, with the rebellion, is it like something that you all oftentimes have like in JRPGs? I'm thinking for example, like Final Fantasy VI, where like, oh yeah, the rebellion against the Empire is just like a bunch of local nobles.
Yeah, I think it is something like they're all princesses, so fuck them.
Yeah. So.
Is this like the old monarchy that like wants to like restate like how things
think it
used to
is.
be? Yeah.
And also, I think the reason why Fondantra decides to join you is like it's more like, yeah, if they take it, it's like equally bad. Like that's not what we want. So maybe in this regard, like even disregards orders like for this moment.
Yeah, totally. She's got complicated motivations.
Yeah, it's like issues aren't always black and white, like
Yeah.
gets pulled off the stage by like a large cane.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay.
The enemy of my enemy is somebody I will fight alongside with once.
Yeah.
Just once.
Yeah. So shall I read Stand United?
Yeah.
Let's go there. Stand United.
If you've reached a point in your story where all the players are allied against a common foe, which sort of, then it is time to play this game. Together you will take the fight to the enemy or stand in defense against them. Everyone plays. So the thing we kind of established during the break is that like the rebellion is coming into the swamp to like procure the artifact or whatever that the Legion lost there. And obviously the people of the wilds are against that because that's people invading on the wilds. And Fondantra is helping out because she doesn't want the rebellion to get that, and Agnieszka is also helping out because
I have sympathies towards the the wilds.
yeah. Decide together where you are and what you are attacking or defending. So we're defending the swamp. Then ask each other, what do I notice about you? So I'll ask Fondantra, what do I notice about you?
What do you notice? I think she is like thinking about a lot of stuff. You notice that she's like very, very like not really here, like as like everyone's preparing, and maybe like she's also like shouting orders or whatever. It's like mostly like what but a thing you can't really like see is like, is it thinking about how is this all correct what we are doing here, or is it okay, how can I use the situation for my advantage? This is like what's not quite clear here. All you see is like she's like weighing her options to some extent. Also, I do like that we are fighting to defend the swamp.
Yeah, gotta defend the swamp.
What do I notice about Celandine?
You notice that look, you've seen me in my element, in my domain. That's not it here. I have donned armor, and I'm carrying a long staff with stone cappers on both ends. And I look more like at the dance than like I do home. Who else? Agnieszka?
Yeah, it's me. I'm. What I think she's just kind of way more quiet. Just kind of like, okay, deal with this, then I'll see what I can do about everything that's been going on. I don't care. I just want to, get this over with really quickly and, wipe my hands off the whole thing. Basically. But
Cool.
yeah,
Do we have a description for Nira?
I think Nira is just like probably like going around the swamp and like talking to the creatures there, like probably also just like swimming in the swamp, like in the monster form, like like just going around and stuff, talking to the frogs, because Nira is of course also as a title the champion of frogs, aka the frog champ.
Yes.
God damn it.
I'm off. Have fun.
No.
Yeah, and I think she's also like side-eyeing Von Denver a lot, like being like, I hope she isn't gonna turn around and like take this swamp for herself when this battle is over or whatever. And yeah.
Awesome. Okay. I think you start also. Like, should
Yeah,
we just...
the person who picks the move starts.
Okay.
It says, on your turn, choose another player's character and give them a challenge. They answer it freely. If a challenge fits the general action you want to take but doesn't fit the context of your fight, please reframe it to fit your story. While you play, think about the ways your abilities might color the actions you take during the fight. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so what are these challenges? So yeah, I think for the battle itself, I think Nira turns into her kaiju form again. And I think I strike the incoming army with Sundering Force, the likes of which you've hasn't been glimpsed on Lateria since the beginning of Legends. Am I outdone by you? How? And I think that's a question for Celandine.
I think this is a topic of intense academic debate. Because what I am bringing here isn't my plant magic; it's my tactician brain. So I want to say maybe I get more results, but it doesn't look like much. It looks like, oh, people are in the right place at the right time with luck, right? So I guess no, but it could be argued.
It isn't as impressive as the frog champ, like swatting away at 10 troops at a time, like.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
I coordinate others well, but I find myself out of position. I am captured by nets and slings and brought to my knees. Fondandra, do you cut the ties that bind me? How?
Yeah, of course. I think how do I cut them? I don't think it's me that cuts them, but like I'm leading like a group of like underlings to like as part of the charge we like get there and like so I tell them like cut those and they do it because they listen to me for change. Okay. Also, by the way, with Frog Champ, I'm imagining you like in kaiju form. First of all, like as a big kind of toad now, with also like a championship belt. Kind of like it's like Machamp or whatever, but like maybe not with 4 arms. I don't know.
Yeah. But also when I do like my battle cry, I go like up and I do the PogChamp face. It's...
Oh my god, this is so evil. I think I do, and this is maybe part of like, Celandine. I let my passions get the best of me and begin violently leveling walls and barricades with little regard for collateral damage. Do you calm my fury? How?
Yeah, actually. We're defending this place, we're not attacking it. I think I just scoop a big double handful of swamp water and just dump it on you, and just like focus.
It's like, what was that for? It's like, okay, but like,
and it's like and sort of step beside you and like point out spear there, lightning there, get your troops here. Go.
Also, by the way, what does the like rebellion look like? Is it like
oh, princesses?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like everything like white,
Sparkly.
and, yeah, heart themed, whatever.
The power of
Yeah.
glitter.
Power of glitter.
I mean, do we really want to put glitter as like the symbol of like the aristocracy? I don't know.
Who knows?
But yeah, it's like, okay. And then like while you're yelling at me, probably like, okay, there comes someone like and like swat them away. Like, what is like while we're debating?
Mhm.
Also like beating like random people up. Okay, cool. Agnieszka?
Yeah, I'm going to ask a question, which is... Oh, okay, I know what. I pull off an incredibly impressive maneuver, weaving destruction with a dancer's grace and ended with a perfect backflip through a wall of flames. Can you top that? How? Also, I'd like to specify that she made the wall of flames herself. There is no
course.
point to that. It's just,
Yeah.
oh, I can do this. And I think I'm going... That is for Nira.
Oh god.
Yeah, can you top that?
I think I tried to top it. I don't know if it's actually topping it. And I think it's just like in my frog form, I just like take a giant gulp of water out of like the swamp and then like spit it out across all the incoming like princesses and all the glitter, like so they're all like drenched and ugly and stuff, which they probably hate. And then I just yell, "Get out of my swamp!" Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if the classifiers are topping that, but you know.
I don't know either.
God. Um, hmm.
I think we went around once, so
Yeah,
from
we
now
have.
we can also pick endings.
Yeah. I think I'm overwhelmed by blows and begin to lose my resolve. What memory between us can I call upon for strength? And I think this is mostly just like, hey, probably all the troops are attacking the big kaiju now.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And so like there's a lot of people attacking me. And I think what I ask for this? I think I'm asking this to Agnieszka.
Oh. What memory can I recall? Hold on.
Yeah.
Just a second.
I mean, we went to your house together and we didn't
We
really
did.
specify what happened there. But
Where I can't go, we have like a sleepover party.
oh hell yeah.
This
Oh,
makes
the
it even
memories of hanging
makes it
out.
even more awkward that I tagged along, but yeah.
Yeah. Just like flashbacks to the sleep. We're staying up way too late watching movies or something. I don't know how the technology here works, but I think that will be very amusing, at least.
Yeah.
Cool, now I
Yeah.
want the person like, oh, you're going somewhere? I'll come. I'll come with. Like,
Yeah.
completely uninvited. Like,
Yeah.
huge.
Sometimes
huge
people are
jerk.
like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, the inspiring memories of friendship.
Yeah.
Um, a sniper taking aim high above could be right in my reach if I had a little boost. Nira, can you give me the extra push? How?
Sure. And I think I just like notice it and like this is a bit more than a little boost. I think Nero didn't really realize that she only needed a little boost. But I think Nero just like scoots you on her back and then just like does a big jump because she's a frog.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And I get yeeted at the enemy. Yeah, I think I do a cool kick off with my staff, do a flip, and then come down on the sniper with the same staff. Yeah.
Are we feeling about an ending? I think I want to pick
Yes.
one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the one that fits well, and also like can go into like good into an epilogue is the last one. We win the fight and come away reveling in the challenges we overcame. What lesson does each of us carry with us into the future?
I know already. I think it's kind of like distrust of hegemony and a trust of forming mutual alliances, and hopefully we can work something out, because I don't know if this is a good ending. We still have to kind of take care of the Legion and stuff like that. So mm, mm. I think she's just musing at her desk after this, kind of thinking, maybe even writing something. I think that's her final scene, actually.
Yeah, I think for Nero it's just more of a. I think when this game started, she was very much like on herself and like alone in a swamp and like with the frogs and stuff. But and
Mhm.
I think this is a lesson. The lessons she's learned is that like sometimes you need to form allegiances to like win your battles and like that can be really good, I guess, in a way. Useful. Yeah. So renewed interest in mutualism.
Yeah.
I think Celandine is learn sort of learns that, you know what, you're not the hot shit spy that you thought you are. And like stuff that I thought was, inconspicuous drew attention to myself. And so it was like, okay, if I'm going to be a visible player, I need to act and is, and also as a side note is slowly working on creating a new manifestation, because being the sole tender, I can't keep this place intact. And is working on a guardian.
Ooh. Hmm. What lesson? I think it's, and this is like maybe right at the end of the battle, like Fandandra realizing, yeah, the problem with the Legion was that they like completely underestimated the way, like the strength of the people here. And also you can see it here, they're not united. And like thinking about the amount of stuff you could do if you only were to reunite or unite under our banner, and we could go out and do the galaxy stuff and all that.
Mhm.
And I think what happens here is like she overthrows the person who actually was in charge of the forces here and like establishes herself as that. And thinking about, again, yesterday, I read the He-Man wiki, and apparently this is what Skeletor did to some degree.
I was thinking of Reinhard von Neuengram, honestly.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm sorry.
I don't know this. I only know this one. This is my reference I'm going with.
Okay.
And
read
also,
Legend of the Galactic Heroes, everyone.
oh yeah, like I watched parts of it. Like it's hard to find places to watch anime sometimes.
Yeah.
I can send you something in private. Don't worry.
Yeah, sure. I would love to. No, this is like
Anyways.
basically the her doing that, and also like I feel like this is all like part of like again, if this were the cartoon series, this is like some kind of like special episode where like the authors hint at, oh, the main villain maybe becoming good, and at the end the status quo must be reestablished.
Gotta do it.
So Fandandra becomes evil again. Yeah, sure, she had doubts and maybe she learned some lessons, but so far they weren't the right ones. So
They were
she's
evil lessons.
yeah, she's
Evil
back at
lessons.
being at her like flying base, probably being annoyed that like someone messed up a souffle of hers. I actually had like for the beginning, if I had to start, was like this is the scene, like she baking a souffle and like a minion coming in and like ruining it.
Yeah.
Like, so this is maybe the end of her. This like someday I will get this planet under control, but not today.
Yeah.
This has been great.
It's been something. Is that everyone? So who else hasn't had a epilogue?
I think that's everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, we went.
That's
around.
everyone. Okay, then. Well, we're ending a bit early, but that's good news for the next team. They don't have to worry about being timed. They can even go early if they feel like it. But anyways, let's just thank everyone for joining us for this game. Everyone who's been watching. I obviously want to give a shout out to all the players. Mocha, Cindy, Halcyon, you've all been great. I really appreciate that you signed up for this. Big shout out to Lofty for hosting. Really, really, really big thanks. Shout out to, I believe, Wheelie was the chat mod. Yes, shout outs to them. And some other assorted shout outs to Quinn Vega for creating this slowly game. If you were watching, I hope you weren't embarrassed by what we did with the setting. And Shoutouts to, like I said, the inspirations: Sailor Moon, Utena, Escaflowne. Watch those, please, especially Utena and Escaflowne. Does anyone else have any shoutouts before we sign off?
Also, shout outs to you for facilitating this day.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
been great.
And shouts out to the people who donated.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And
I guess.
You're the MVP, most
Yeah.
valuable princesses.
yeah, we're still raising money. Tiltify.com/roll+spawn or donate.rollplusspawn.com. Apologies for messing up that URL. And I believe the next game is Spoken Magic, which will be facilitated by Cy Sweetman. Please go ahead and watch that. I'm sure it'll be great fun. That sounds like a really neat game. You gotta love it. Gotta love
I
Magic.
played it
especially when
yesterday.
it's
It was
spoken.
really great. So
We just love playing Spoken Magic. I've never played it, but a lot of people do apparently. But yes, I believe that'll be all. Good night to those who are in the fucked up time zones. Good morning to everyone who is up at a normal time. And I believe that will be it. Goodbye.
Just a quick thing. I am host next, so be patient. I still have to set up stuff, but it'll come.
Yes.
Just like a thing. Anyway,
I think
bye.
we finished a bit early then.
We finished early, but I think it's good to finish early sometimes.
Very glad about it. Pushed for
Yeah.
it. No, it's good.
No worries. Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye.